another exciting edition of the Detroit Lions Roundtable, with your main man TA is in the house from Noble Sports Entertainment. Also, I got some special guests with me on today, and one of the special guests, I'm going to go ahead and put him out there. His name is Nomis J, and definitely, if you guys get an opportunity, make sure you subscribe to his video. What's up, Nom?
Hey, what's going on, TA? What's going on, man? Everybody, y'all good, man? Let's get this in.
What's up? What's up? I also got one of my main mans in the house with me, 313 J-Mo. What's up, J-Mo?
What's good? What's good, man? We just, putting original content on here,
Yes. And also, I got another special guest from the Pistons Center Court, my main man, Travis Troxel Sports Talk. What's up, Trav?
Up, though?
What up, everybody? What's going on? We're going to go ahead and get it. And also, the field general will be with us on this show. He will be chiming in. So we're going to go ahead and get it in right now. All right, guys. What's up? Hopefully everybody had a great day on today. Everybody was good today?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hey, you forgot about your boy, man. Whoa. You forgot about your boy, man.
Hey, man, everybody.
Wasn't here. We had to surprise him. Hey, last but not least,
I definitely introduced my bro.
Last but not least, my main man, Derrick P. Fields from the Gridiron Blitz is in his house.
Man, what's going on, y'all? I've been waiting on this for 5 days. It's been a little dry out there, but we're gonna get it popping today.
Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. You know we like to talk Lions, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing popping on today. So the first question out there,
Luke G will be joining us later on, y'all.
Yeah, so Luke will be a part of the show, guys. So he'll be chiming in. Definitely, man. We're gonna go ahead and get it started, man. The first question of the day to the round table. And I'm gonna come with special guest Nomis. I'm gonna come at Nomis first. And the question is out there is which free agent that we signed in the offseason will have the most impact this season? Will it be Trey Flowers? Will it be Jesse James, Danny Amendola, Justin Coleman, or Rashawn Melvin? So who you picking and why?
Oh, that's tough, bro. That's tough.
Or CJ Anderson if you want to.
Or
CJ Anderson as well.
Yeah, and what's up, Lions fan 75? You was right on top of my head with that one. I was thinking Coleman. The easy answer is definitely Trey Flowers when you think about the money we signed him for and his impact that he gonna have in the D line. But Coleman has a very important job in that slot and that inside with his speed to make coverages, man. We definitely need that across the middle. I have to give him that. If he can hold that down and we get that CB2 slot, that secondary will play much better. I'm going with Coleman.
Okay. You're going with Justin Coleman, okay, because you're saying that his role, you're saying basically that his role is going to be key.
Yeah.
You're saying, okay. And that's beautiful, man. Definitely, Justin Coleman definitely is going to be a key part of this team this season. So I'm going to go next with 313 J-Mo. J-Mo, what you got for us? Who's going to be the most impactful free agent that we signed in the offseason? Is it going to be Trey Flowers? Is it going to be Jesse James, Danny Amendola, Justin Coleman, CJ Anderson, Rashawn Melvin? Who you picking and why?
I'm definitely taking Trey Flowers because Trey Flowers is what we didn't have. What we didn't have last year. Last year we didn't have Ziggy Ansah, so we didn't have none of his sack production. We didn't have none of his good run stopping. We didn't have none of his setting the edge. And Trey Flowers can play the defensive tackle position. He can play, outside linebacker position, and he can put his hand in the dirt. And I definitely think when you put him on our team, the way that our system is running, he's going to be so free to just attack and pass rush. I definitely think he's going to have the biggest impact.
Okay. I dig that. So definitely, my next man up is Trav Troxel Sports. So Trav, the question out there is for you, and again, which free agent will have the most impact this season? Will it be Trey Flowers, Jesse James, Danny Amendola, Justin Coleman, Rashawn Melvin, or CJ Anderson? Who you picking and why?
I'm gonna say Jesse James, and the reason why I say Jesse James is because when everybody's all guarded, he's gonna be on 1-on-1.
Yeah.
So he's gonna make an impact by stretching out that field. You're gonna have to guard these guys one-on-one, because if not, you're gonna get burnt.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What's up, Mike Powell? What up, though, Andrew Eastline? What's up, Dola Dynamite?
Yeah,
what's up,
man? Shout out to everybody.
What's up, Book Spray? Everybody's doing good. What's up, Michael Church Christian? What's up, Beast Mode? What up, though, man?
Beast Mode.
What up, though, fellas? What up, though?
Beast
Everybody.
Jada White, who are you?
You gonna say 3 people, Beast Mode?
What did Beast Mode say?
Chat?
Hey, what up, though, Antoine? What's up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
So okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and go because we wait on D. But if I'm picking one of these guys to have an impact, which guy am I picking to have the impact? I have to piggyback off my boy Trav. Definitely, I was gonna say Jesse James as well. For me, the reason why Jesse James is gonna be so vital, we paid him a nice little chunk. But not only that, Jesse James is gonna be a key part of the offensive line, being able to get out there and block and also be able to catch some passes as well in the red zone. And I think definitely he's going to be effective just like TJ Hawkinson will. So I definitely think that he's going to be a key component this season, because if our offense is doing what it needs to do, we're going to be good. And
what's good, Michael Mike?
Yeah, what up, though, Mike? What's up, man?
Mike in the house.
Our resident on DSA member, make sure you go subscribe to his channel if you haven't to, Michael Mike. Make sure you go subscribe to Nomis J.
Yep, and also Troxel Sports, Luke G Field Review, 313 J-Mo, and also the Gridiron Blitz.
And don't forget Noble Sports.
And also Noble Sports.
Right, and don't forget Sid 3 Sports Talk. Don't forget Man Beast Morris and Everything King,
Yeah. So yeah, definitely shout out to everybody on today. So that's the guy that I'm taking. I'm taking Jesse James, and I just think that he has to be a key part of what we're doing on today to make everything run smooth on that offensive line, because he's going to be in a lot of those 2 tight end sets, and he's going to be a key contributor to getting that thing done so we can run the ball with Carry-On.
I feel that.
Yeah, J Third says Flowers D line is stacked, gonna be hard to double team anyone. And that's my point. Trey Flowers getting one-on-one matchups is just gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nightmare.
You cannot have one-on-one matchups with Trey Flowers for a full game, and that's how it's gonna have to be. Marco Mike, man, we gonna talk about that later, man. It's all good, man. People, out here selling people content, but it's cool. It's cool. We just gonna keep that good content for y'all coming every day, man. Keep it fresh, keep it original, man. Keep it true.
Yep. And then Mike Powell, Mike Powell said something too. He said CJ Anderson is gonna be a big piece as well, and champion.
I understand where he's coming from that.
Okay, would you want to elaborate on that?
Could be a big piece. I understand.
I mean, yeah, when you think about it, they need somebody that's go wear the defense down, and that's kind of what he's here to do. He's here to put some pain on some of the defensive linemen and some of those linebackers, so that way Carry-On doesn't have to. Remember what Bob Quinn was saying; he doesn't want to overuse them. So you put your power course guys in the inside to attack, which we know Carry-On can do, but that's not what they drafted him for. They wanted him to do outside.
Yeah.
CJ,
basically, LeGarrette Blunt, he basically don't get the same amount of touches that LeGarrette Blunt did when we start giving Carry-On the ball.
That's our guy.
You watch that Patriots game, they both got the ball a lot, but he got the most of the carry.
Yeah. So you think pretty much Carry-On and CJ are going to split a lot of the carries. They're going to get both.
He's not going to get that many, but
he's not going to
Carry-On. Sometimes give you something different.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I also was saying you gotta be, not to get on top of it, you gotta be aware of Ty Johnson, man. You think about it, that's Carry-On's help on the outside, his extension.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that brings me to the question. Then the next question that I got out there, that brings me to this: who's the odd man out in the Detroit Lions offensive backfield? Who's out? Because the Lions have 6 running backs. And you basically only can keep three guys on the roster and active on the roster, and one guy, not dressing.
Troxel Sports.
So who's the odd man out? Go ahead, Trav.
I will say, Almost, I would almost guarantee it. I won't guarantee it, but I can almost put a 98% chance guarantee it's going to be Theo. And I will say this: we got 46 people watching right now. And we got 17 likes. So can we please get the likes up on the video so we can get out there?
Yeah, let's get them likes up, people. Let's get them likes up. So who you think is the odd man out, Nomis?
I'm sorry, say it again.
313 J-Mo.
Yeah.
Who you think the odd man is out?
You know,
I'm sorry.
the easy question is, I mean, the easy answer is definitely Theo Riddick, because of his age and you know how long he's been here. And I think they do want to get younger and as cheap as possible there. But you know, if you don't want to go with that, Zinner could be one of those guys too.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. He's been trying to scratch his way to be consistent on the roster. And, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes he always seems to get hurt at the wrong time. And they may look into that. But it is more likely, I believe, it's going to be a toss-up between those two.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, J-Mo, who you got this?
It's definitely going to be Theo Riddick. The backfield is going to be Kerryon Johnson, C.J. Anderson, Ty Johnson, and Zach Zinner. I know Noam is right about Zach Zinner struggling to make the team, but Zach Zinner plays on special teams. And he's very good at it too. Theo doesn't. And Zach Zinner has proven himself to be a reliable runner. I mean, since Matt Patricia's been here, so they're like, this is a new regime. They're not going to judge him by stuff he did under Caldwell. Since he's been here, he's been productive in their system. And, you know, they always like to keep one of those kind of running backs. You know, they always like to keep one of those kind of running backs on the roster. I definitely think Theo's going where you got to look at the money too. Theo Riddick is getting paid a lot of money.
Like I think like 4 million,
3 million in cap if we get oh yeah, right, Michael Mike. I was just talking about the cap. Theo has high cap compared to the rest. And then we signed Zach Zinner earlier in the season too. Not in the season, but in free agency. We signed him, so we gave him a contract. I just feel like they wouldn't have gave him a contract if they weren't going to keep him on the team, because you could just let him compete with the rest of the running backs, but you're going to give him a contract and let him compete. I think, you know, when you add in special teams, Zach Zinner stays on the roster, and Theo Riddick definitely is the odd man out.
Yeah, I definitely think. I just think, you know what I'm saying, Theo just needs he needs a new environment. He needs because if you look at it, the Lions have gotten rid of a lot of guys, and I think Theo is one of the guys that's still holding on. You know what I'm saying? He's to a spot, and I know the money that he's getting, I believe like almost 3 to 4 million, and he's going to be the highest paid running back that we have in the backfield. And I agree with you guys. I definitely agree with that Theo is probably going to be the odd man out, but I think what's going to be vital in the preseason is how well Ty Johnson is able to play, and also how well he does on special teams. You know what I mean? Before, they decide to do whatever they want to do as far as getting that 53-man roster.
Right.
So that's just definitely something that I think that
and I mean, Ty Johnson, his ability, to catch out the backfield, that means you don't need Theo, and he has way more explosion than
right.
Theo.
And I know that that's something that we definitely needed.
And he might be a punt returner. And you got to remember, the Patriots, they versatility. Theo versatility, basically, he can catch and run. Well, if Ty Johnson can run and catch out the backfield and play special team, you know what I'm saying? Zach Zinner can run better than Theo, and he can catch out the backfield, and he can play special team. That's 3. And Theo's, only 2 qualities, and then the money.
Yeah, the money. I think that's going to play an intricate part in Theo being definitely released. That's going to play a key part. So, you know what I'm saying? Like this season, man, for the Lions, because we know that the media has pretty much been bashing us as far as with the, the grades they've given us with our free agents, the grades that they have given us in the draft. And they just, when you look at it, and you see it for what it is, it's just that Detroit does not get any respect, any love. You know what I'm saying? And do you guys, any guys can you elaborate on that? Do you see why the hate is out there for Detroit, why we can't get any love from the media?
Well, I'm gonna tell you the real reason why. Because, and this is why it's gonna continue until we start winning. It's like no matter who we get, we still can't win. No matter what we done had Barry, couldn't do nothing. Done had Calvin, we got Stafford, still can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, and it don't matter how loaded the Lions team look, unless they see us start winning some games, they not gonna during the season, they're not gonna give us any respect because we got Trey Flowers and we had this amazing free agency, we had this amazing draft, and we did, but so we had Kerryon Johnson, he was great last year, he got hurt. Even if he didn't get hurt, we probably wouldn't have made the playoffs anyway. So, and he's a great player. So they don't see what we were building, and we haven't shown them anything, and they just blind to the truth. But it's cool.
Yeah. I think that's
better be under the radar anyway.
So, Nomis, what do you think about the media? How the media don't show any Detroit Lions any type of love or anything like that? What do you think about that?
Well, first off, I think that's question is a lot scarier than when I first heard it. But anyway.
Yeah, man, media don't like this, bro.
But the thing is,
respect us.
Man,
yeah.
The thing is we're known as an organization. We had great players, as we know. Yeah. That's a given. But I think it's because like we hear Bob Clinton say, everything starts at top. And if the organization can't handle their business right, or they don't hire the right people that know how to win, or that know the game, you're going to struggle and stumble on your feet. So that's why you'll get may Lord rest her soul, you're going to get her late husband, making moves that he shouldn't have made. She even said that, he was too forgiving and too being willing to accept failure. And she's not seeming to do that. So I think there has to be some line where everything starts at top in the organization. If the organization can't get right, you can draft Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and, Ben Roethlisberger and have them all three on the same team, and you won't win anything because at some point they had to learn how to win. And why did they learn how to win? Because Pittsburgh knew how to win years ago before Ben was ever born. Patriots assistant team. When you look at all those factors, the Lions never had that in the Super Bowl era. So any talented quarterback come in and win anything for you. So of course they're not going to take our draft pick seriously, no matter what we look who we hire to find these guys. In the organization. I think Nomis, and that's something that you just said too. Basically, you're talking about the culture learning how to win in Detroit, being able to change the narrative of what's going on with the guys. Like last year, if you see your head coach out there in the cold with shorts on, ask the players to adapt mentality. Stay on type of level. Hey,
exactly.
We go be out.
Kennedy Jr. says Kerryon is not great yet. He has to place at least a full season before we call him great. Let me tell you this: I called Kenny Galladay great in his rookie season, and he didn't play a full season, and he is great. Let's stop all of that, please. Why we gotta just hate on our player for no reason? You see the greatness in this kid. He's great.
He got the potential. The potential is there.
I think
like Lions fans are always pessimistic like that. Come on, the dude is a beast. I was going on, man. I had to go ahead.
No, we talking about. Hey, go ahead.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about the narrative. The narrative. Why the media, hates on Detroit. No matter what, they give us bad grades drafting, and they gave us bad grades basically with our free agency.
Why?
We know that we had. Yeah, go ahead.
Because listen, I told y'all before, we are not good for the NFL. Money wise, we're one of the lower tier franchises as far as the expense. The Lions are probably in the last third of when it comes to
what you mean we in the bottom third? I don't know about that line.
As far
as a lot people be backed out when we was 0-16, bro.
No. What I'm saying is when I looked at it, and I could be way off, but I want to say it was somewhere between 400 and 700 million. And you have teams that cross the $1 billion mark if you were to go in and try to purchase them. You know what I'm saying? I think that the narrative of Detroit, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, I think it has something to do with the city too, man. I really do. Like what I mean by the city is when people come to the D, the D is synonymous with negativity.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? That. If you don't live in Detroit, if you ain't come from Detroit, if you ain't from Detroit, oh my gosh, Detroit.
So
it's all
negative. About grabbing their purses and packing them in their bags.
like you can't walk in Detroit without being afraid for your life. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of us live in this city. So I think that it's overall bad for the NFL. If the Lions start winning, I think it'll be great for the city of Detroit. It'll be awesome for the state of Michigan, but it'll be bad for the NFL. Yeah. It's not their calendar boy. It's not their poster boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like but us winning is going to change the narrative. But I don't think we'll ever get the respect that New England gets or the Dallas Cowboys get. I don't think we'll ever be there because they're not going to give it to
us. I disagree with that, but
I was going to say.
Okay, well, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I don't think we're in a state where we're so low. We're so the black tar and pit of the earth that when we win, we'll never get credit. I'm just not buying that. If we win,
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Credit. At the end of same thing happened when the Pistons won. Same thing happened when the Eagles won. You get credit for winning the championship. Simple
but J-Mo,
especially if it's the Lions winning it. Look what happened when Cleveland won the championship.
Okay, wait. Come on. Yeah, okay, right, but Cleveland ain't Detroit, is what I'm saying, and the Pistons are not the Lions.
But see, that's my point, though.
Like, in the city of Detroit, you gotta remember it's still a major city, bro. Like, we win a Super Bowl, like we definitely gonna get a lot of respect because they've been hyping up. They've been trying to run this Patriots 2 narrative, and nobody's been able to do it. If we be the first team to do the Patriots 2 narrative, they definitely gonna give us credit for that because they've been trying to wait for Bill Belichick's successor for so long. If Matt Patricia comes to get us a ring here, they definitely will respect us, man. It's like I said, Matthew Stafford is the number 1 overall pick, man. People love Matthew Stafford. He just don't win. That's why they can't ride with him. But in the media, they love Matthew Stafford.
Well, here's what I believe.
Hold on, J-Mo. I want to hear what you got to say.
I believe that if the Lions win a Super Bowl, it's going to be what the other team didn't do. I believe that. I believe that.
You're right about that.
What's up, Luke G? What's up, Luke G?
What's going on, fellas, man? Yeah, I was up at this. Let's go.
What's up, Luke? So basically, Luke, be talking about the narrative.
Trust me, I'm up to speed, man. I think Derrick is spot on. I think that no matter what the Detroit Lions do, there's going to be more about what the other team didn't do. And that there's never going to be a moment when it happens. And then let's say, for example, Detroit mess around and pull a Seattle Seahawks. Not even a New England 0.2. It don't even got to be a 0.2 because the Lions got to still have their own way while doing things the New England way. The New England way has been able to get the most out of the least amount of players without having to break the bank. And I think when you look at what the Lions are doing, I think Derrick right.
Lions are spending some money.
They're not going to respect us even if we win it. They just gonna move the goalpost back and they're gonna say, "Oh, they won it this time, but can they repeat?" Nah, So I don't see a scenario where nothing we do is going to be warned. They're gonna have to literally just go back to back to back to back, and then even after that, what they're gonna have to do is the moment that they go and they have a moment of death, like how the Pistons did. Here goes same old Pistons. I'm telling you, people are waiting and praying for their downfall, and it's unfortunate.
Yes.
Yeah. But I also think there's a very big mass of people that want us to win. That's not Lions fans. I don't believe that, man. I'm just.
Can I elaborate?
What was the question?
Yeah. Go ahead, Nomis.
Like I was saying, I was in between Derrick P. Fields and J-Mo. And then I'm looking at the comment section right now, and I see Roland G when he says we need to change the thinking and the culture of Detroit, etc. Remember back in the day, he's right. Detroit used to be the place where everybody used to want to be. When you think about all the musical legends, everything we were known for,
true.
And it's like you think about Baltimore. Not to be throwing shade in another city or anything, but we're not the only dangerous city in the city. You can go anywhere in the cities and get shot. Why do all these other teams get more respect? And I saw it, like,
Nomis,
I didn't mean
funny.
I'm sorry.
You know what's funny about that, Nomis? What you just said will go over so many people's head because the first thing that they will see and the first thing that they would think is oh, but it's not like Detroit. It's like, man, listen, I don't been to a lot of places.
No, Baltimore is 100% real.
Every place you go to, they all have a area. That's the truth.
Yes,
they have a area.
They gotta hear where I'm at. They gotta hear where I'm at too.
You know, it's an area. And that one area is what casts the light over the city. But that to me don't have anything to do with football. And that's why with sports, I think that's the one uniting factor. It's just that the problem is most of us be waiting. Like when we do start to win, most fans or the average fan is waiting for us to lose. Like they can't buy into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You see, they still did Pistons dirty back when they won 04. You still wasn't treating us with respect.
Well, those are Luke G. I can't blame those fans though, because if you 60 years old, like what do you expect? But like these younger fans though, these younger fans want us to win. Like 13, 14-year-olds.
No, you gotta blame them, bro. You gotta blame them. You know what I'm saying? Because this the thing, man. You have options. Don't sit here and keep acting like the bitter ex-girlfriend because why you don't make your life. I'm living my life, and your life is crap.
You gotta bring the ex-wife into it, man. You keep saying you gotta bring the ex-wife because the ex-wife, she do you bad too, man.
I'm just saying, like if you got any opportunity, like if you got any opportunity to switch up your thing, switch it up. I don't care how long you've been a fan. If I don't like how something is, I change it. And then to me, these fans who sit there just living a constant moment of we just suck. Take that, get away from that, and embrace when you win. When you every year is a new year. Every week is a new week. Nobody picked us to beat. Nobody but Rob Parker and myself picked us to beat the Patriots last year. It happens. And so the thing is one of the things where you have to be able to say, okay, how do I separate my personal opinion to get into this? And if you can't, there's 31 other teams. Pick them.
Yeah. Travis, what you think about this, man?
Hey, I'm gonna bring it like what do you call it? Like the Oakland Raiders.
You gotta come with the heat, man.
Coach.
You gotta come with the heat.
Just win, baby.
Yeah, but just winning enough.
No, but they saying if we win a Super Bowl, we still gonna be the crumb of the earth. That's what I'm hearing.
Right, it's not enough. The narratives are always going to be the same, and the narratives are going to be the same for this following reason, this reason alone.
I think it's easier for us just to say.
Sanders and they were winning. People loved them.
All right, let me ask y'all this. What? Okay, because we were 0-2 and we beat the Patriots when we were 0-2. And why couldn't it be what we did right instead of what they did wrong? You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way that the 0-2 Lions can beat the whatever they were at the time Patriots because they're the Patriots.
Right. No, I mean I feel like if we watching the game before I got on. I mean, like, no, it wasn't what they did wrong. It was what we did right. We started the game off with 4 straight 3-and-outs.
I know that.
Like that ain't. Come on, man. That just getting shut down.
No, I just think too, though.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
Oh no, I was saying I think too. Part of the reason is because it's money tied into this. So when you pick on the small guy, say he's not going to win, and then we rise up and beat him, and after you just said, well, they ain't gonna beat the Patriots, then we win. Oh, they don't play it till December anyway. No, you can't do that. You got to go down the middle.
And the Lions, they love when the Lions start winning, people start betting on them. That's when we lose games. That's probably why they really hate us. Like we could be 13-0 going against like Tampa Bay. They're like, all right, I'm about to bet on the Lions, and then we lose by 30. Like that's the Lions.
Yeah, but that's the price of doing business. And I think when you look at football as a whole, in most of those cases, the New England Patriots was a dumpster dive. I mean, let's be honest, they were a dumpster dive, and all they did was got the right general manager and head coach who happened to be the same person. But they got it
when they had ugly uniforms, man. When they had them ugly.
I can't tell you that they were ugly. I'm just saying that they was a dumpster dive. You know what I'm saying? And to me, when I look at the fact that they was a dumpster dive, people hated them when they was trash. They hate them when they win it. It's like you can't win.
Who is that chopping up a body, man? What is?
Somebody cooking some chicken, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely. I mean, but there's a reason why they people hate the Patriots.
Mute your mic because we want to be able to make sure that the people can hear us and not hear your chopping board and your meat. I mean, so let's make sure we the people who are in the chat are able to hear us. Now we got 33 likes, we got 58 people in the chat. We can do better than that, people. Come on now.
Let's get the likes up, everybody. Let's get the likes up.
Yeah, and blue and silver, I am still working on that because I got too many haters to add to this list. So that video is still coming. I do got some videos coming, man. I'm not joking. It's just that this has been a very busy last 2 weeks, given the Mother's Day holiday and all this other stuff. So it's just those little things, and that's kind of put me a little bit behind. But I'm about to get back on it, man. So I'm still in the building. But I just think the idea that I'm sorry, what you say?
Hey Luke, so let the people know. Are you still on punishment? You still?
Yeah, I checked today, and they still got me, in purgatory. I'm just,
Luke, you probably won't be getting no release till about almost July, Romy.
They didn't give you no reason.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, but I remember Man Beast had went through the same thing, and it was like about. I think you remember, JMO.
It's 90 days.
Yeah, so it's about.
But usually they tell you here's.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand, Luke. They probably told you, and you probably ain't found it. There's no way they didn't.
No, I don't have nothing, man. Listen, I be stalking. I don't know, stuff, man. I be stalking it, and I just don't have it. And it's like I said, I'm gonna find a way around it. Listen, it's more than one way to skin a cat. Either way it goes, it's gonna holler. So, but I think that at the end of the day. Somebody says, Luke, James Holyfield says, Luke G, I'll put that money on your books. Yeah, I'm gonna need something. And commissary looking real rough right now. They doing me dirty, man. So,
but you know what, Luke, by the time you come off punishment, you will be over 1,000, and we'll welcome you back, the right way, man. You're gonna be able to do all that, you know what I'm saying? If you decide to. So that's at least something to look forward to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You have hit that milestone. It's so crazy because I don't even track the numbers, but I my goal is always to just keep it 100%. And just he said it was 97.1, Luke. Now it wasn't them, man, but they people clearly saw the come up and was like, let me slow him down, So hey, it happens.
Hey, Luke, he said it happens. 97.1 that
yeah, he said 97.1, but I mean it's funny, man, because when it's like I can't listen to them guys without laughing, man. They say the dumbest stuff, and it's like they logic.
I can't believe you listen to these guys.
Well, you know what happens?
I think Luke is a dick.
I don't listen. I can't listen to that kind of stuff, man.
No, I'm gonna tell you what happens. A lot of the times when I'm driving home from work and stuff like that, and the music be playing, I realize that my mood go with the music. So if Ludacris move B get out the way it's on, I find myself driving like that. Like move, get out the way. Right? You start getting aggressive on that. But if I just put on something like something that's like white noise that I really ain't paying attention to, I drive a little bit more calmer. So I just basically, I got to make sure I don't get no tickets. So I just, and
then you pick up the phone and be on hold for 30 minutes and call.
I just can't listen to a show when they just keep saying dumb things over and over and over.
Well, I generally listen to
it probably made my mood worse listening to stupidity. Like I'm like, bro, I'd rather turn the radio off.
Yeah.
That's what I
listen. Do. I mean, and I love this comment right here. Brent says, "As long as it's not the Lions, that's the one being skinned." Right? It won't be them cats. And I'm telling you, it's so funny. The next video,
Lions gonna be skinny cats, bro.
It's crazy to me though. Like for example, right? The narrative, the first narrative back then when we first got Daryl Bevel. Everybody came out with this negative response. Oh my God! I mean, and the only thing that they can put to their claim is he's the one that called the play in the Super Bowl instead of giving to Marstein. And then you go, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He got a head coach. This is the problem. We keep on ignoring the process and the chain of command. And I'm like, he had a head coach who could have vetoed that. And I felt like as a Seahawks fan, that was more of a Pete Carroll call than it was a Daryl Bevel. And the truth is this. The truth is most of these people who want to downplay what the Lions have done are doing it in fear. They don't want to come out and rile the people up just so somebody can come back and chew them a new one. See, I don't mind it. Come chew them.
You know what's funny, Luke?
Yeah, I feel that.
And what's funny is our usual people that support us, the Nate Burlesons, the Peter Schrager, shout out to you. And it's always at some one or two people. But I feel like this time, you know, when they talk about all the players on our team and, you know, all of the outside world here, they're like, ooh, this is pretty good over there. Let's just talk about how bad they're going to be. And, you know, when they talk about the roster and all the guys that we got, they definitely know that we're about to be good. That's why they can't stand it. They looking at Aaron Rodgers' team fall apart. Kirk Cousins is a certainty.
Oh, yeah.
The Bears, and they hoping on the Bears. They're like, Bears, please win the division again, please. Like, it ain't going to happen. So, and they know it's not going to happen. They just trying to ride on Khalil Mack and the Bears defense because that's all they talking about. But they know the Bears ain't about to do nothing.
But you know what's cute about what you just said, though, J-Mo? You know what's cute about what you just said? And it dawned on me when you just said it. They'll sit there and knock the Lions for having a new offensive coordinator, but praise the Bears and the Packers for having new head coaches and new defensive coordinators. And then they'll say, oh, well, the Lions, we don't know what their offense is going to be. They're only averaging 15 points a game and all this blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
and then you go to these other people, you're like, they got scoring defenses. They got this, they got that. And they're hyping them up. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all always talk about you're a bad man. That boy Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. The minute he took away his run back, no receivers, he was suspect as hell. Right. And it's amazing to me how they do this.
Oh yeah.
Right. Only quarterback that play without receivers is Tom Brady, and that system.
He don't even play without receivers. I mean, even when he don't got a receiver, he got 2 or 3 tight ends and a run game. It's crazy to me.
My speculation about that. Everybody always say like Tom Brady don't have receivers and this and that. That's a lie. Let me tell you this: it's all about giving players opportunity. It's about giving players opportunity. Like Brandon Powell, let's take him for a challenge. We don't know if he's good until you throw him the ball.
Right?
Can we set plays up for players? I don't believe no player is trash until they get an opportunity. That's just my point example.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. And you know, and listen, Nomis, here's the best part about it. And I'm going to show you how the media works into people having certain attitudes. All I kept hearing, because the media kept pushing it, Lions signed 6'8" slot receiver. You know, like, hey, when have you ever heard of a 6'8" slot receiver?
I clowned the fans, Luke, in my last video. I clowned them about Parham, bro. I clowned them.
Well, wait a minute. And then when I come out and say he's not making a team, they go Luke again. He think he just don't know.
You did say that, Luke. You did say that.
Me and Luke both was like, I don't know about this guy making a team. Like, come on, man. He needs to go play basketball, bro. What are you doing?
Right, he need to go find a hoop and dunk on it.
But listen, what they do now? So now that he gets cut, what they doing now? They hyping up the lacrosse player. Why are we doing this?
Yeah. Hey, now that you, Luke. Now that you bring that up, that was the next question. The Detroit Free Press wrote that article up saying this lacrosse player has the opportunity to be the next slot receiver. So you telling me a guy that plays lacrosse is going to come in and beat out Brandon Powell?
No, and he's not going to beat out.
Shout out to Andrew.
And he's not going to beat out Danny.
Shout out to Andrew.
Yeah, shout out to Andrew.
Hey, shout out Andrew.
Shout out Andrew, man.
Shout out Andrew.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Well, listen, here's the thing.
All right, TA, you want to address that, man?
Yeah. He said, what's your take on number 9 learning new offensive coordinator, good or bad? Well, you know, my take on it, basically, you know, him learning the new offensive coordinator, you know, is going to be on him, Stafford, to be educated and know what the man runs. I'm sure Stafford is smart enough to pick up this playbook and be able to run with it. I think it's going to be simplified for him anyway, you know what I'm saying, until he get all the concepts down.
Yeah, and Stafford a 10-year vet, man.
That's what I was gonna say. He been in the game.
Like, he don't need a playbook. Like, that's why I know he's gonna hit the ground running.
Omaha.
Listen,
Stafford, no huddle, bro. No huddle. That's Stafford best ability. It's no playbook. It's no huddle.
Hey, Nomis and Travis, man.
What's good?
Listen, we got 66 people in the chat. We got 43. Let's keep them numbers going up, people, so we can keep that going.
Y'all gonna have to find a way to.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta come in and take your 5 seconds, man, because we won't let you have it. So I'm just saying, get up off of that couch and get up.
Listen, it's as simple as saying, pardon me, but I'm coming through. But the truth is this. The truth is this. In terms of Matthew Stafford learning the playbook, here's what he need to do. Who do I turn around and get a ball to? Because that's what we should be doing. All right. I don't want to hear this crap about he's a game manager. Every 94% of the NFL are system players. 94%. No matter what you do, they're system players. You take them out one bad system and put them in one good system, and they're good. There is literally less than 1% of good coaches in the NFL. The ones who are not good coaches that are mediocre at best, they get some fortunate things like maybe a better schedule, some teams who got some serious injuries. But overall, people, don't fret on the playbook. You want to know what the playbook gonna look like? Look at the New England Patriots, how they always start off slow and slow burn you real good. It's almost like a good gumbo. They let it slow cook real good, make sure the season marinate, and then they hit you up at the end. That's how it works.
Yep.
That's how it works.
I'll add this on. To me, if people keep trying to figure out like the overall identity of it, the way I put it down is like this: look at your quarterback, who you got. Look at your coordinator's history. Yeah. Put two narratives together. Put a little bit of Brett Favre / with the Seattle run game and see what you can miss out of it and how the timing.
Where is my clap button, Nomis? Lord, hold on. No, I'm trying to say it again, Nomis. What the myth gonna be? Say it again.
Look at the history of what your coordinator done.
Nomis, claim it, because I guarantee you somebody listening who's gonna make a video out of what you just said. You need to go make a video, all right? Because that's exactly what you should expect. If you go and look at what the Vikings did when they had an Adrian Peterson and Brett Favre, they ran it down your throat and asked Brett Favre to kill you deep when he had opportunities. In the meantime, take what they give you up front. This is not.
And then they had a defense too.
Of using multiple running backs in different formations and sets. How and when they want to run the ball this game or this and or those little things. So you could see a combination, at least something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But just preferably for Matthew Stafford. There are always going to be aspects taken from history to learn and groom a new quarterback.
Listen, I got a comment.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Right, I got a comment this morning from a Bears fan, and I think he wrote it well. He says, "Man, he said y'all always seem like y'all so close, but the problem just seemed to be y'all quarterback." So I asked him. I said, "Hey," I said, and let me ask you a question. He said, "What's up?" I said, "Who was the running back on our team that you was afraid of?" You know what his response to me was? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. And I said, "Well, why is it nobody?" I said, "Why is it nobody?" You know what he brought out after that? He said, because when you just put it that way, he said, yeah, y'all have never had nobody that we had to worry about. I said, so that makes you one-dimensional. It's easy to defend that. Yeah. Easy to defend it. Yeah. That's easy.
Dang, every time he dropped back, it's like that. You got him with that logic, man.
Right, like what like could you imagine if you had and I hate to go to the basketball, but imagine if every time you look at Kyrie Irving got a drive to the rim, and it's got Yao Ming and Shaq there. Chances is you're not getting too many shots, Kyrie, on that layup. You better learn the jumper. Right. So to me, those are the little things that I look at, and I think Nomis hit the nail on the head. You want to know what it's going to be? Just picture Brett Favre with Seattle's run game. That's what it's going to be, people. But this lacrosse player, I hate to break the news to you, he's not making the team. Okay, he's just not. The way that they have the receiving core set up, and the truth is this: if he makes the team, then that tells me that whoever he beat out, shame on them. Shame on them for being comfortable and thinking that you can just sit back and not do nothing. And if that's the case, I want him to take the spot. But I don't see him making the team.
There's no way. There's no way.
What I've seen with these two boys out of Old Dominion, it's looking real rough for people out here in these streets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them two guys from Old Dominion, I want both of them to make the team. I
don't care about Parham. Fulgham is better, man.
Oh yeah,
I like Fulgham a lot.
You got people calling him a 6 foot 8.
Let me tell you what I see out the guy. This guy is so deceptively strong with his hands. Like he will push.
Oh, you talking about Travis Fulgham?
Yes, he is so
okay. No, beware. Just because you said that, somebody might go and make a video about Travis Fulgham, like that happened yesterday. Travis Fulgham. So just make sure, guys, everyone listening, when we say these things and we give these bright ideas, just watch out on the lookout for people dropping videos. And it seems like an interesting video with a nice little idea. I bet you come back and listen to this show, you hear all of my ideas, man. So just be out on the lookout, because I know y'all subscribe to a lot of Lions YouTube makers. So just be on the lookout when we be saying this bright, intelligent stuff,
Which brings me to a very good segue. We got 65 people in the chat, and of the 65 people in the chat, we got 47 likes. Come on, people.
Let's get them likes up.
Let's get them likes up, people. Let's get them likes up.
Now, Roland G says, you know why we won championships. It says we had good coaching. We had Chuck Daly for the Lions to win the Super Bowl. We had Chuck Red for the Wings, and we also had great coaching too in Scotty Bowman. And the truth is, Roland G, is this. Look how people treat the Red Wings. Like, look how long the Red Wings was winning. You actually had
Red Wings were so dominant, man.
Man, you had the media, okay, praying that the Red Wings tank. What? Didn't want them to make the playoffs. And this is why I keep telling people, loser mentalities get you loser teams. You know, that's the truth. Well, if you got a loser mentality, you're gonna get it. Now, listen to this. Lions fans.
Travis, what? Wait, hold. Travis tried to get in. What you got, TST?
I will say this, and I'm going kind of a little bit backwards about the lacrosse player.
Yeah.
I went and actually asked Siri how many people made it in the NFL that played lacrosse. And guess who popped up first?
Chris Hogan.
And I was like, so the thing that got me interested was this.
You got another video stuff.
Right, like you gotta wear like what we say out here because people out here stealing videos.
It doesn't matter. No,
it definitely matters, man. I'm just saying, man. You see somebody come out with a hot video about the Lions team, it probably done came from this chat or this video. I'm just letting you know.
On the Leftus receiver.
Right.
Hey, stay tuned for
watch, you got to hear a video on you gonna hear a video on this lacrosse player. Is he the next big thing? Is he the next Chris Hogan?
Nah, man. And the sad part about it is he's not making a team.
He's not.
Yeah,
it's just
that's the sad part. But they have
news, man. It's just news.
But you know why? You know why? Because this is what happened. And when you get to this thing and they got you writing about all these different sports teams, you pay the least amount of attention to the other ones. And like I said, negativity sells. I mean, that's why every time you look at the top shows on TV, it's a negative show. I hate to say it.
That's true. Yeah,
I love Game of Thrones, but all they do is have sex and kill people, and we love it, right?
Wait, I never look. I don't even watch the show. But I saw Aaron Rodgers get toasted. I saw Aaron Rodgers get toasted, man, and I was like,
real quick,
all they do is kill people.
Not to keep running my mouth, but I know it's
with their sister, Luke. With their sister.
I know it's the other thing the media be doing sometimes. I know it's the other thing the media be doing sometimes. Like, you'll see an undrafted player or a late 7th-round pick with a bad story. On another team, they praise the team so much, they show the emotion. But with us, when we get one, they don't say nothing about them. Like, what? Why we don't get that? I know.
No.
I be like PJ Johnson, he got a bad story that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he was a Green Bay or something, they would be talking about it, like saying how proud. Just bringing him all the promotion.
Well, I talked about his backstory on my channel a little bit.
Right, but we have to do that. They don't do it though when we get those type of players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they never give us any praise or they never talk about them, hype them up or nothing. Like, only when he's drafted by or undrafted by another team.
Right. Yeah.
I wish the NFL stopped doing this. I wish all sports stopped doing this, and I hate that, especially when kids get drafted. It's like the most unusual. Everybody got a story, right? We all got stories. We all have been through something. We all have been survivors of something. And the minute it's supposed to be a moment of happiness and joy, what do? Yeah, the first thing, especially ESPN. Yeah, this kid right here is going to be phenomenal. His mother was a crackhead. His daddy was a pimp. His grandma was a Rolling Stone.
I hate how they do that, bro. Because they always talk about all of that stuff and all of the negativity he been through. Basically, like, oh wow, this is a privileged person that finally gets a chance to make millions of dollars. So glad he's out that horrible situation. Now let's talk about the meth heads. Like, come on, man.
And the truth is the way the media spins it, because I can't tell you how many people who are like, hey, Luke, you're going to do a video about the lacrosse player. If you can't even tell me his name, don't ask me to do the video about nobody. I think his name is you don't even know his name. All you know is he played lacrosse.
Yeah, look, I'm going to just say one thing and we can move on. Every person that the media hypes up that you don't know about ain't making this football team. It's just facts.
Yeah.
Ooh, listen.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, I gotta read
What
this.
about that running back Green Bay drafted?
Talking about
Listen.
Andrew. Go ahead, Luke.
Nah.
Yeah, I was
Melvin
gonna
Drew.
say something about Andrew. What is he talking
Drew.
about?
Oh my God. Melvin Drew says, and I've been telling people this for years, and it's probably why I don't talk basketball. He says Larry Brown was the most underrated coach of all time. Yes, he is.
Of course, he the GOAT.
Yeah.
Listen, I told him like,
Okay, now what is Andrew talking about, guys? What is Andrew talking about? Round table.
Yeah,
my
Andrew
offer from
said
last
something,
week
yeah.
is still. Cause see, I
What's
was
up,
missing
CJ
last week.
Smooth,
What did he
Craig
say?
Jotman, what's up?
Y'all refresh my.
What's up, Craig
Yeah.
Jackman?
What you say, Andrew?
Hey,
Put
Luke,
it in the
Luke,
comments,
you want to
man,
read
'cause
that, Luke?
I wasn't here.
which one?
Andrew
Round table.
Andrew Isham.
Because I wasn't here
last week is still there for whichever one of y'all are the most accurate of Lions outcome, but they have to make playoffs. I think he had did an offer. I forgot what it was. I forgot what the offer was. I think it was like a beer or something. Andrew, I forget what the offer was, but it was basically like of all of us who can be the most accurate in talking about the Lions. And I just assured Andrew it's probably gonna be me. So
Yeah,
I don't know about all that. We gonna see.
I think we got to get.
Wait till the season
They got
starts.
a
We start
special,
picking games.
They got a special on Humble Pie,
hey,
man.
Right.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Listen, you gotta have a little fun. But the truth is when it comes to coaching, and if you were to just look at the Detroit history of coaches, man, every team that was great, they had a good coach, and all the teams that sucked, they didn't have good coaching. So
Right, we got a good coach now. We finally made the playoffs again.
Now listen, people, we are doing.
Well, y'all remember
likes? We had 68 people in the chat. We down to like 64. I think I see right now. We got 54 likes. Let's get those likes up. And if for some reason you want to give us a thumbs down, we appreciate that love too, because that lets us know we're doing something right. So we're taking all criticism.
Wait, hold up. Whoa.
Yeah, we appreciate all y'all.
No, man.
The Pelicans got the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Oh, snap.
Now
The Pelicans got the number 1 pick.
Listen,
I think I saw that.
Listen, it's mighty interesting that they're going to lose Anthony Davis and they just magically get the number 1 pick. That's why I hate the NBA draft.
Yeah, that's crazy. I said he wasn't good.
Hey, well, if I'm Anthony Davis, I might stay and take that
I'll
Superman.
put that video out.
Man, if I'm Anthony Davis, I'm running for my life. If you know what, we football channel right now. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this.
I know, but we had to say something, man, because that's breaking news.
Listen, I'm just saying, but once again, they gave a 99% chance it was going to be the Knicks.
Yeah. It's going to be the Knicks.
You know, that's what they say.
Like a 14% chance.
And
I know the Knicks crying, man. I know the Knicks are crying.
The Cavs crying, the Bulls crying.
Phoenix.
hey, shout out. You know what? That's a good segue into tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's show, the Pistons Center Court.
Tomorrow's show, we definitely gonna talk about this on Piston Center Court. It will be on Troxel Sports. That's in here talking to y'all now. It will be on Troxel Sports Talk channel. We definitely gonna talk about what happened yesterday, how it relates to the Pistons and the rest of the NBA.
Yeah,
J-Mo, I'm gonna do you the same way I do Derrick and the same way I do TA. If you don't act like you care about what you're saying, man, what? Listen. Let me get you. Let me do this right. Let me do this right. All right, people, y'all listening out there?
Oh.
That's right. Please get ready.
You can tell Luke has not been live in like a month because that brother is feeling it, man. Look, he's trying to maximize this.
Man, y'all have made this experience fun to me.
Hey, I want to hear what Luke. Hey, I want to hear what Luke got to say.
All I'm saying is this, man. Listen, for you basketball heads out there, you like basketball? That's funny. I do too. Okay, you want to know what your Pistons are going to do? That's funny. I do too. You're not quite sure who they're going to draft? Don't worry, I got the best answer for you. Join the Detroit Pistons Center Court with who? The real, original, official DSA squad roundtable with TST, aka Traxel Sports Talk. Detroit's Drew 313 TA3 Carl Alexander III, and maybe a special guest. But if you miss it, you'll regret it. Because you know what? We talk sports. Period. That's the segue to my man's What up, though?
Hey, I think
Show it at 8
That's
o'clock,
the way.
yo. 8 o'clock tomorrow, yo.
Sexiness, man. You had that join the round table.
All right, Noble.
I will say this. I will say this. We
Go
are
ahead.
having a special guest on the show tomorrow, and it is Nomis J. So go ahead and subscribe to him and come check us
Hey,
out.
no, did you hit 200 yet?
How you gonna say you having a special guest and then say
Wait a minute.
yeah?
I can't be a special guest. I want to, you know what? I'm telling you from basketball because
Hey, Luke, you're always welcome on the show.
hey, I'm gonna make people mad. Don't nobody come in here and tell me about who the best shooter is and how to win games. Every time I look up, the formula stay the same. I'm just saying it's the same formula for those teams winning games. I don't want to hear about what James Harden.
Hey, Luke is like Scorpion.
Hey man, it is the same
Life.
formula. That's why I think a certain team is gonna win. But we gonna get back to football now.
Now listen, Lions
here.
fan
That's
75 says Hawkinson and Jesse go together like Goku and Vegeta. I hope they
I hope so.
What's that little thing they do with it?
I think Detroit do that right when
Right.
the New Age Outlaws.
Like babies with pacifiers.
You know, it says roundtable. I have a football and jersey signed by the players and coaches from 1994. I got it when I went to the Lions week 1 game as part of the Lions Kids program. Oh, that's what's up. Okay. I hit it. All right. Now
What's
we
good,
got
Daryl Richard. How you doing?
We got 68 people in the chat. We got 57 likes. Come on, people. I know
Get them likes up, people.
Get them likes up, people, because if you don't, you're going to be forced to accept other bad media in YouTube. And we don't want that. We want to give you the real. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we want to do. We want to get you real content that can get you where you need to be. But again, Nomis, I got a question for you, Nomis, because I've been waiting to talk to you for a minute too, Nomis. Y'all don't understand. Nomis is one of the hardest working people out here, man. He just gotta get a little bit more tweet. But Nomis, let me ask you a question, right? Because I thought about this the other day, man.
Okay.
So we talked about the lacrosse player. We talked about people getting cut and stuff. And I'm just curious from your perspective. Just your perspective. I love what you said about Daryl Bevel. Tell me something. If there had to be an odd guy out in terms of running backs, odd guy out in terms of wide receiver, who is Nomis J saying is out? Go ahead, let the people know.
Before Noam answer that, we already went over the running back earlier, Luke.
Listen, it's cool. It's cool. He can go over it. I've been following it, but the reason I'm asking the question is because I want Nomis to have this moment so we can get Nomis channel up. We're trying to get Nomis to that cool 1,000. We're trying to get 313 JMO to that cool 1,000. We're trying to get Troxel Sports onto that cool 1,000. And then the best way to do it is to be able to show the people you know what you're talking about. Give me a logical explanation as to who's the odd guy out and why.
I mean, obviously for the running back again, it's Derrick, because at the end of the day, we know the guys can be a playmaker. We know these things, but you got to add up the injury history, the money, the aging. He's not getting any younger. He doesn't contribute as much on special teams. We have young talent that we may be able to now groom to take his place. I think as a cap situation as well, they're going to want to release him. Regardless, he's going to stay till preseason, of course. But I think due time he could be one of those guys either traded for another asset or just sent. And I think as far as wide receiver group, the guys who I think could end up getting cut will be Brandon Powell.
Well, listen, let me go ahead and throw a curveball at you. Let's say who's the running back that you see that happen to minus Derrick? Because I think there's a good chance Derrick to make this team.
Wow.
Sadly.
Yeah. Like I said, the other person could be Zinner, because to me, he's the suicide guy. When you need to drop somebody, he's the guy you drop. He's the fourth guy on the team to me. It seems like
you bring up Powell. Why would you get rid of Powell? Powell offered you a little bit of kick return, punt return, and Mr. Do It All. But why should he be the odd guy out, or why should we as fans look at him and see him as the odd guy out?
Well, that reason is due to the fact it's not anything ability-wise with him. I think it's when you look at the way that they're they're drafting guys that's more compatible for what their quarterback wants. And with you got a gunslinger, you want some guys with some size on them that can catch the ball and get that separation. They want to cause stress to those corners and linebackers as much as possible. And sometimes you need a bigger guy to do that. Now, that's not saying that I'm 100% right, because you have to take in fact that they spent $4.5 million on a guy named Danny Amendola. And if I just honestly feel that they want to get a little bit bigger on offense. And I think the size, because they can find
somebody say.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need to go and subscribe to Nomis J. Travis, this is your moment. You own it. You got it. You know it. Oh, come here. You ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man. We're gonna hit you with something because you are in this beautiful brotherhood for the Detroit Pistons roundtable. Okay. All right. What's the Pistons' number one need and why? Give me some logical explanation to what's their number one need.
For this season coming up, our number one need is small forward.
Ooh,
now I know,
man.
I know people are going to say point guard because Reggie Jackson's on a contract year. This, that, the other. You need to prepare this, that, the other. Who is our starting small forward?
Oh, good question, J-Mo. You're up. Let's talk about it.
Our starting small forward is C. Mikhailiuk. I already told you.
And guess what? I'm back to you, Travis. He's responded. What are you going to do with this? This is getting good, people.
What's going on here?
I'm gonna be like this. How many minutes did he play this coming up season?
Ooh, burn, sick burn.
I mean, more minutes than anybody we would draft in the first round. But
he's coming back at you, Travis. Support show stands and show these people why they need to come and subscribe to Troxel Sports Talk. Support show stands. Talk to him because I'm actually in agreement with you on the small forward. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, see, he says that it's gonna be more than whoever we pick. But what if we have a guy say, who's let's just say a Kevin Porter Jr. You want to put him into a small forward role. Mm-hmm. He falls.
Okay,
No, keep going, Trav.
Okay, all right. He wants you to keep going. Okay, look, he wants listen. Make your case. This is your moment, man. Don't listen. You don't need none of my spaghetti on your shirt. Let's get this together. Let's go.
Well, I will say this, regardless of whoever we get, I mean, you need to have a legitimate small forward. Okay, brings feet into his own. Let him grow. Yeah, he's going to get minutes this year. Because he didn't get none last year, and we have to see. His growth from year 1 to year 2, and then the following year we're got to see, okay, can he overtake the starter who you pick?
Here's the thing, Travis. You can take it a step further and just simply point this out. If you go back to the Detroit Pistons when they won with Tayshaun Prince, Tayshaun Prince is easily a X factor. He played defense. He had a mid-range shot. He had the three. He can go to the rim. He can switch it up. And that awkward left-handedness was very important. And when you look at they got rid of that position has been vacant for a while. So these are the little things.
I would say this before we get back to football. We could sign either, it's better free agent small forwards than it is free agent point guards. It's not really any point guards available. The best point guard available is Terry Rozier. You better off drafting a point guard. You can get either one of the Morris brothers, either one of the Morris twins. They both can be our starting small forward.
But they're going to ask for more money.
Yeah.
They're not going to sign for no $5 million like they did last time they came here.
Right. Now, here's the thing, people, and right here, this is one of the reasons why you need to make sure that tomorrow you tune in to the Pistons Center Court, because these and other questions will be answered. I just want to do that quick segue, and I wanted people to know that, if you're going to be able to watch something, you want to watch people who know what they're talking about. Let's get back to football, man. You got the road, man. Noble, TA.
What's up?
Let's get back to football, man. Let's keep it going, man. I wanted to get them some love, and also I wanted to let people know in the chat we have 62 likes. With 61 people in the chat, I appreciate that. Let's see if we can push that number a little bit further. And if we can, I'm a happy person. All right.
Okay, Luke.
So,
what's up, Luke? So earlier, Luke, you missed it. You probably you was with us, but you missed it.
I can't drive and text, man. That gets you either killed or a ticket. Either way, it's not good. Not good.
No, I wouldn't want you to drive and text, but the question that we had out there is which free agent will have the most impact this season? Which free agent that we got this offseason? Trey Flowers, Jesse James, Danny Amendola, Justin Coleman, Rashawn Melvin, or CJ Anderson. Which one of those guys you picking and why? Gonna have the most
only
impact.
options?
Well, yeah, those your only options.
I mean, those are my only options. I mean, I would say CJ Anderson, but truthfully, there's another free agent that I think is going to have an even bigger role because I think he has a little bit more versatility, and that's
Which
Adams.
guy did we miss?
That's Adams.
Okay, yeah.
So he's played a little bit of corner, a little safety, and I think you're going to see him, contribute in special teams as well as in a lot of those nickel packages. Y'all got to keep in mind we are a base defense based solely out of the nickel package, and so what that does is it allows for them to mix it up. Put 2 down linemen, 4 linebackers. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Maybe they want to just go, full 6 or 7 corners. I mean, they have so many ways they can mix it up, especially with the way they drafted. So I think you're going to see these guys that we're not really talking about have huge roles because guess what? They're good at certain things like blitzing and things like that. So, but if I had that list, it's going to be CJ Anderson because it has to be him. It has to be him because they need to run the ball, and Kerryon can't do it by itself.
Right.
So if it was me, it's got to be CJ. Hands down.
It got to be CJ.
It got to be. I keep telling everybody, just simply look at 1991. It was Barry and who else?
Was it Corey?
Corey, something with the fullback.
Well, you talking about Schlesinger?
Yeah.
He was the fullback.
Man, it was just Barry, man. Didn't no other running back exist on that team but Barry.
And that's what I'm saying. If you look at the way that
I thought Corey was the fullback.
You look at the way that the league is changed.
Yeah,
You need more balance in your run game to switch it up. That's why you let me tell you something real quick. I got to segue into this. So Detroit's own Big Wheel. All right, I call. shout out Detroit's own Big Wheel.
Shout out Big Will.
Melvin, a camp body.
Shout out Big Will.
And I called him a camp body, and he said, "No, man, he's gonna play there too." And I said, I don't see them doing that with the amount of money they spend for Coleman. But then the more I listened to what they were saying on how they're going to be moving people around, I said, I'll be dang, he might be right. I'm buying into it, right? And so he hit me up recently. He said, hey, man, quit ignoring my Rashawn Melvin pick. I think I'm going to be right. So I'm putting it out there that Detroit's own Big Will believes that Rashawn Melvin will keep that number 2 spot on corner. I think he loses it. Personally, I think a Warrior.
Wait, is he saying he starts the season as the number 2 corner?
It's the number 2 corner.
But in due time, he'll lose it.
Okay, how long does he keep it?
I think he keep it 4 weeks.
Once he starts,
that's what I'm saying.
To me, J-Mo, I'll say 3 games.
See, I mean,
I can see them starting him against Arizona. That's nothing, Right. But like he gonna lose that job as soon as a Warrior or Tabor or Coleman look better at that spot, and then he's gonna get bumped right out.
All right, listen. I got another sidebar because I just saw something and I might be tripping. Is it just me or do it like Damian Dillard dye his armpit hair? Like why is his hair like bright red? What's this?
Wait, he actually did that, bro?
I don't know, but he threw his arm up, and I just felt like I was looking at like somebody who just decided, you know what, they dyeing their hair.
Watch the game, and
I mean, he do got a golden arm.
Brandon Anderson said Justin Coleman will be great in the slot. Yeah, a lot of people think Justin Coleman might be the most beneficial, but honestly, when you consider his upgrade compared to Nevin Lawson, it's gonna take our defense to the next level. So I can understand that.
It's really a tie.
Shout out to you, Andrew. I see you, Andrew.
It's in a way.
Shout out, Andrew.
Shout out. It's to me a tie though between him and Flowers though, honestly, because like I say, you get him on the 1-on-1s, then you got Coleman locking down his position, then Slago try to do his thing. Once you figure out the CB2, man, that's not to mention the possible coverage system we gonna have from the linebackers. That's another thing we got to take into fact.
I think I don't know, man. I don't think Melvin gonna start the season as the number 2. I just don't. I think how you say this dude name, man? Or Warrior.
Okay.
Yeah, that he was projected. He was projected what? Second round, third round,
third round.
Yeah.
Second round, third round. He drops to the 5th round. You think this dude ain't gonna have a mad chip on his shoulder and he gonna get shown out by an old man? And I'm 40, and I'm saying that this dude is an old man. When it comes to the game, he old. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think come preseason, we gonna see. By the time the season start, we gonna see him as the number 2 corner.
Well, Detroit, Big Will says they're gonna just rotate them the whole season, same way they did Tracy Walker. I mean, I can see that happening. To me, it's funny because I was having this conversation with a coworker, and he was saying that the linebacker pick was a strange pick to him. I told him the safety pick was more concerning than the linebacker pick, and he was like, "What do you mean he's a hitter?" I said,
still on the linebacker.
But I said, yeah, but he could be a hitter. What about his coverage skills? And that was concerning from what I can see. So, he's got some things that I like about his game, but he has more that concerns me than the linebacker do, in my opinion.
Right.
No, that's why I was saying, like, to me, he could be low key like that Trey. I was about to say Trey, but the Sean Hand type of guy. Like, you look at the Sean Hand's film, you remember it wasn't like anything when you seen him, it wasn't spectacular because they had used him differently. So you had to take that.
Yeah.
You have to take that as well. But at the same time, I was thinking, like, low key, if this is gonna be our year, Matt Patricia is slick. They have low key built the defense for here and the future. Like, when you think of some of the guys they got in the depth and the guys they brung on the roster, man, it's scary. Like, you lose Trey Flowers, you still got Austin Bryant. He might be the new Trey Flowers in a few years.
Yeah, I look at Tavai, in my opinion, as the Detroit Lions Willie Parker, and I know people are going to go, "What do you mean it's not the same?" It's exactly the same. You look at how they use Willie Parker. He was at middle linebacker, outside linebacker, DN. They was using him everywhere. That's how they going to use Jelani Tavai, man. And I think that's where we want to be at.
Hold up, Bumped Up says y'all act like the Shine Hand can't have a decline next year. We just assuming if a rookie has a year that's higher grade than Aaron Donald rookie season that he's going to improve the next year. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to see any of these guys.
Our fault, man. I would expect him only to improve. I wouldn't expect him to get any worse.
Yeah, but you know what? To be truthful, I mean, he got a good point that it's possible he could have a down year. But then here's the thing. For the first time in a long time that I can remember, even if he have a down year, Detroit got enough depth to keep this thing rolling. So you want to have a down year, maybe Austin have a breakout year. Now you want to tell me Austin gonna have a down year? You want to tell me that too? You want to tell me Romeo Ocore gonna have a down year? And by the time you get done naming everybody who gonna have a down year, if you saying all that, then we ain't winning no way. This is a moot point. But the point is we at the depth that if one person can't pick up where he left off, especially with more talent around him added, then we got a problem.
Yeah.
Did y'all address JGB? General G. Berry says, "What up, though?"
Hey, what up, General
G. Berry?
Y'all deep tonight,
JGB?
Man, yeah. Listen,
we gotta break these young boys in, man.
Yeah.
Now listen, here's something funny. Did anybody listen to 97.1 The Ticket when people were trying to suggest that the Lions should go and get Daz Bryant? And I said to myself,
"So General G. Berry,
no."
And listen.
Why?
Here's the reason for it. Here's the reason for it. They said because he can bring speed.
Tell him that his human nature.
They said what?
Because he can bring speed. That's why he's not on the Dallas Cowboys.
That's why you go get Pierre Garçon. He can bring speed. What's wrong with these Lions fans?
Pierre Garçon. He's still playing?
Can we not go there? Can we not go there? We can spend the rest of the time talking about that.
I'm like, what?
C'est Garçon. C'est Pierre Garçon. Yeah, J-Mo real big on him, man. Just like I'm big on D.A.
Man.
Hey, man, he way better than Amendola.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hey, don't you do it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. If I was you, Derrick, you better hope and cross your fingers that Danny Amendola work out, because if he don't, they gonna go. You wanted him here. They gonna let you have it. Get ready for it.
Yeah, they're gonna let you have it.
I already told y'all that.
To come here
I
as
already
a
told
joke,
y'all
though.
that.
I was like, hey, Lions are more likely probably go out and sign Danny Amendola. 3 days later, I get calls from my friends like, why did you say that?
That's what happened to me. I woke up and I got like a billion YouTube inboxes, right? It's like I got like 15 YouTube, and I'm like, what just happened? I'm still getting the crud out of my eyes, and I'm like, what just happened? Everybody like, you was right, man. Good. So I look at it and I'm like, my goodness.
And I'm like, I was
so
just
it's two comments in here. We gotta read this. Brandon Anderson says that Brian could outrun Tees at his age. No, he couldn't.
Wait.
And then Antoine says,
wait, what?
He said what? Dez Bryant couldn't outrun Tees at his age. No. And then Antoine comes with a said, "There's Achilles again." Like, in other words, don't even worry about it. He'll be out. That's sad. Y'all is horrible, man. Y'all is horrible.
It's a wrap for Dez,
but
man.
Come on, man. Like, it's a couple receivers out there that we can get, not Dez Bryant.
Man, let's get Jamie Collins, man, on defense.
I'll tell you the truth. I don't think we need no receivers. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm ready.
What? You're breaking up.
Man, who is that talking about?
He said you don't think we need no receivers. So like Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay get hurt. You think we're gonna be fine?
Now, Buffed Up brings up a very interesting name. He said they need to sign former Packer Nick Perry. Okay, Buffed Up, talk to me. Why?
No. But Luke, like I was saying, if Kenny G and Marvin Jones get hurt, you think our receiving core is gonna be all right?
Yes.
At the same time, both of them hurt.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That means TJ Hawkinson gonna live up
Marvin
to
Jones
height.
get hurt. He's out of there.
Because you see the thing. If they both get hurt, that you just hit the nail on the head. They can now work themselves through the tight ends and find ways to get the receivers open. So I think that they will still be fine. Now, Jay White says Jamie Collins. They are never going to sign Jamie Collins because Jamie Collins was let go from the Patriots because he was going rogue in the play calling way too much and too often. And that's exactly why he was shipped out, because they like, you just keep going rogue and you don't want to follow the plan. You about the team and you about yourself trying to get a name for yourself. So that's why he was no longer in New England. I don't see them giving that a pass. So I don't think he's going to come here.
It would be nice.
Denard, Davis, Perry. Need I say more? Here's the problem. When's the last time Perry did anything?
Right, he trash, bro.
No, I can say he trash. I'm not gonna lie like that. But I'm saying, when's the last time he really generated any pressure? His pressure was always scheme fit and was made because you had BJ Raji, you had the big guys up front along with Clay Matthews on the other side. And then they still added in Julius Peppers, and Nick Perry still wasn't getting off. So I don't know if it's going to add anything to it.
So basically, in the NFL, he was like the Rashawn Gary of the team.
I mean, listen, Rashawn Gary to me. Listen, I had to think about this long and hard, and I know somebody's gonna make a video about it, but I'm gonna just put it out there.
Warning, incoming video about what Luke is about to say.
Listen, I'm just saying, Rashawn Gary reminds me so much of Worthy from Michigan State. You remember? I mean Malik McDowell from Michigan State. You remember him?
Oh, Malik McDowell.
Rashawn Gary remind me so much of Malik McDowell, and I think what you're going to see is over time is he's just they're already talking about he's going to play outside linebacker. Who is afraid of that?
Bro, you know what Carry-On going to do to him?
No. Aaron Rodgers.
Boy, Carry-On going to light him up in space. Stop it.
Listen, that game right there, the moment you see,
and then give him a stiff arm.
Mark this down. The moment you see, the very moment you see Rashawn Gary, an outside linebacker, watch the game the tight ends have on this guy. It's going to be you know what I'm saying? They're going to be literally walking up, taking the ball like trick or treat. I mean, it's going to be really bad.
Hawkinson go toss him around like he did that beanbag machine on practice the other week.
Hawkinson is a monster, bro. I'm getting so more confident in how good he's going to be.
Listen, Hawkinson wants y'all to listen. This is what remember how I tell y'all that there are certain athletes who want that smoke. Remember how I always say that? And I said, Hawkinson want that smoke. What does he do? He goes and say, that's a cool number. I would like to be 85, but that number got oil on it. That's not cute. I want a number that I got to live up to. Give me 88. I'm gonna put some respect on Charlie Sanders' name and redefine that number. He want that smoke.
He won't smoke, baby.
Hey, Kenny Galladay, another person who won't all the
you
smoke.
look at the guy, he don't even look that tough in the face, but then you see him play.
He does not look tough at all, but he's a monster.
This dude like a computer geek, but then you see him play, it's like watching a dot, like the man
it's
take
like
off
Superman.
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, he looks like a kid that just rides his dad's tractor, man, and cuts the grass in the back.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Now listen, this
with some overalls
gonna be real wrong. All right, but every time I see T.J. Hawkinson without a helmet on, he reminds me of that guy from the Goonies that be like, "Hey guys."
Hashtag fact.
I swear to God, he just look like that dude. Like I just wait for him to be like, chip. I'm just waiting for it.
Because wait, I got a question, bro. I got a question for the chat, man. Andrew Esom says the one place I don't really see a lot of depth is the O-line. So here's my question. Do they still try to run at Ragnow and let's say Glasgow both get injured or Decker vice versa? Oh, yeah, they're going to try to run the ball regardless, man. Like, it don't matter what offensive lineman is there. Right. They're going to believe that offensive lineman is going to be good enough. They always going to try to run the ball.
I'm glad y'all
they might go to one other side if two offensive linemen get hurt on an important side, but they definitely still are going to run the ball.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That's why that they say Rocky Road.
Man, why does UDFA class look so great though compared to all the others?
Wait a minute, y'all. Listen, somebody. I swear to God, I'm gonna go find a picture and compare it. Y'all tell me T.J. Hawkinson don't look like that guy from there. Anybody who want to challenge me, please try. I guarantee you look like that.
This is why Detroit's such a rough place, man.
Every time I saw TJ, hey,
you look like Captain Planet.
Every time I saw TJ, man, he reminded me of a guy with some overalls on, man. I don't know why.
That's why she looked like Captain Planet.
I don't know why.
Man,
but when you put that helmet on, bro, you turn into a superhuman.
Here's the truth.
That's why I said he's Superman.
That boy turned into Iron Man.
They talk about the depth. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the chat, please hit that like button. We got 70 people in the chat. We got 69 likes, and I know we can do better. We should be over 69. So I want to make sure we meet that and get over that goal. But here's the thing. I don't agree that we don't have depth at offensive line. I just don't. If you look at the two undrafted guys we got, we know Kenny Wiggins' contract makes him a cap casualty. They added Obushi, who I think is, he's gonna have to earn himself a spot. But outside of that, I think there's enough depth that they feel comfortable in what they're doing. They're not asking these linemen to do more than what they should have been doing. They're playing to their strengths, and I think that would be the benefit of having this. So I don't think we are lacking there per se. If you were asking me the one position that I think we were lacking in terms of depth, in my opinion, it's two of them. It's quarterback. I do think kind of Cook could be good, but and we're gonna pray to God that nothing happens to Stafford. But
hey, let me ask this, Luke. If RJ3 was released, would you grab him?
No. I think when you look at Robert Griffin,
you want to go with the
I think when you look at Robert Griffin, you got to understand to play in the Lions offense, you need to understand that you're going to get hit. And he's been hit in some very uncomfortable and unusual ways, right? To the point where, if he don't have a clean pocket, he tends to want to go to his best suit, and that's try to take off and run. But in my opinion, I think that he would not bring anything different than Connor Cook. See, you got to understand, Stafford is sitting up there getting his butt handed to him. You can't get sacked 16 times for 2 weeks, keep getting up and stuff. Imagine if that was Robert Griffin. He gonna fold up like a cheap
damn boy, be out for his career be over.
I don't think that will work. And shout out to everyone. We up to 73 likes. Appreciate it. If you have not hit that like button, please do. We're trying to get this thing pushing. The record for him is 100. Let's see if we can get back up there.
Oh, Peace and Quiet makes a good point. The Redskins have a lot of quarterbacks over there. We could take a Case Keenum maybe if he gets let go.
They're not going to let go. The contract is not going to allow for that.
It's still a couple other guys over there too, though.
What about what about the scary one you don't want to mention? Flacco.
Smith?
I mean, Flacco plays for the Broncos.
No, I'm saying, what if he gets? Oh wait, did he get a big contract or something like that?
No,
I mean, they're gonna start him.
Always big.
Oh,
they never
start him.
changed.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Flacco's gonna start probably for a few games.
I was gonna say if they released him, then I will almost.
They're not releasing him. He's starting. He's starting, and they're gonna have. It's his job to lose. So they're not releasing him. The truth is,
said to go Sam Bradford. Baby, what you talking about? The glass version of Stafford, bro? Stop it.
Hey, but you know, I wanted to go back to the offensive line thing too.
Too many times, man.
I wanted to go back.
Sam Bradford, the only quarterback I know
Sam
that
Bradford, Matthew Stafford, glass edition.
Contracts.
Hey, you know, I wanted to go back to the offensive line depth too. Again, it goes back to that offensive coordinator. Look at the history what he did with Seattle's offensive line and how they were still able to at least keep something stable there. You have to take that in mind. They had guys that barely knew the position at one point. I thought I heard they said like when we faced the playoff game, they had a set of guys that they barely knew the position and they busted up to 160 yards. Play calling.
Also, you got to keep in mind, you know, they played to the line's strength because when it came to the passing, Russell Wilson had to take off.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying. But I think even if they do get hurt, I think he'll find a way to make us work with it outside of just only running the ball. I think we'll still be okay. Right. But
I do think it's going to be like one offensive lineman on the practice squad that if something happens, he'll be able to come up. And
I'm sorry, but some of these guys they don't draft.
Like some of all these guys are not going to make the team. We don't have like four guys on the practice squad that'll be very useful if something happens. I'm just talking about every position.
You want to hit something interesting? Okay, if you go and look at the New England Patriots, the only time they ever carried 3 quarterbacks is when they had Tom Brady. After that, they always kept 2. Food for thought. And so we know that Connor Cook was brought in with a chance to really prove himself. So and Tom Savage was brought in because he got a veteran. You know, they kind of want to have somebody that they can kind of groom and kind of get into the process. I expect that Savage could outplay Connor Cook, but I think Connor Cook is going to have to come in preseason and make some very accurate throws. And I think he can do it. But I just think overall what you're going to see is, you're going to see a lot of players that you think are going to make the team not making the team. They can only keep 53. So I think they carry 2 quarterbacks, and I think they carry 4 running backs. Now the 5th / running back is going to be a fullback, but he could be getting cut at this season too, Nick Baldwin, if he don't get back healthy. Yeah. So just keep an eye on that.
Yep.
You know.
So yeah, would you take? Yeah, that's a good question. Would you take Sam Bradford?
No, we just
if I was drunk and somebody else paid for it.
Like, man, he's literally, bro, the glass version of Stafford. Like, when Stafford was his first 2 seasons, Sam Bradford been that for his whole career. Like,
I'm just saying, this is how I look at people like Sam Bradford, and I don't care if they judge me for it, but this is how I look at people like Sam Bradford. Listen, the truth is nobody has stole more money than Sam Bradford. How does he keep getting paid?
That's right.
How?
What? He just got a huge deal too, like a 20, something like that.
You know, and it's unfortunate because you get so many people who want to hype it up, and it's like, they want to hype it up and be like, yeah, Sam Bradford can be a value pick, but do you really want Sam Bradford coming in playing a backup quarterback for you? I mean, I would rather them go and talk to Sean Hill out of retirement. Like, what do you mean?
Right.
You know, so it's
Rocco P said, I thought Charlie Sanders' jersey number was retired. Well, it's not.
What about Teddy Bridgewater?
Listen, they want Rocco P.
He's still on the Saints. Teddy is still on the Saints.
Who on the Saints?
Hey, you know who
I talking about? Teddy Bridgewater. We talking about something else.
Yeah. Rocco,
I did want Teddy, man.
The reason Charlie Sanders' jersey was unretired is for 2 reasons. One, they were trying to make a statement to the fans and to the season ticket holders. And 2, TJ Hockenson said he want all that smoke. Put every expectation you want on me being a good blocker. I'm about to show you what better than I can tell you. Put all the expectations on me getting open and finding creases in the defense. I'm about to show you better than I can tell you. Those are the things that you're seeing with that move. That move was more of a statement to the rest of the people to let them know that he's going to be the next great tight end. And that's what they were doing. PR people, PR. That's what that was.
Wow.
Now, Derrick Richards says, I will sign Willie Beeman before I sign RG3. I can't do that. Y'all not going to do.
Hey, Willie Beeman was out cold, man. Willie Beeman was out cold.
Now that's still going to be in my head. My name is Willie. Willie Beeman.
Willie Beeman.
Like, what?
And all my fans.
This is
you think you can defeat me? You're dreaming.
Right. You see what I'm saying? This is one of the things where you got to look at it like this. And FYI, people, because I know somebody ain't gonna listen to this, but they're gonna try to do a video about it.
About Willie Beeman. That's you. Hey, look, look. You know what we should do? We should say Lion sign Willie Beeman.
Yeah,
because he wasn't born when that came out. Right. Lion signed Willie Beeman to a 1 year. Yeah, man, let's do it. I might do that.
1 year deal.
No, I mean, truthfully, in terms of depth,
the Los Angeles Sharks.
This team has it.
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah.
They get signed to the Lions.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Old quarterback. You talking about Steve Smith? I don't even know if he's gonna be able to play again. We don't even know what's going on.
Ed Wyden got something good to say about Kenny G. He said Galladay will have a big year because our tight ends will catch the ball. The running backs will take the right running back lanes and play action will be respected. Also, the running backs will cause that extra safety to come down in the box. So Kenny G and Marvin will be getting one-on-one matchups. I definitely agree with you, Ed Whiting, on that.
Listen, man. Listen, can I switch it up for a minute? Because I really want to talk about this. And I think it was a good story that I saw. I think it was on freep.com. I'm gonna double check it to make sure. But here's what the story was. They were talking to I know what it was. They wrote about it on freep.com, but it happened this morning on Good Morning Football. The question was asked to Matt Patricia, how did he feel about them not getting no love in the media and everything? And his response was, I love it. It's awesome. Keep hyping those guys up. That's right. Keep gas them up so we can burn them out. That's what he was telling them. He was basically saying he loves every bit of it. He's like, if you tell me that they're the guys that we got to be cool, because now we got something that we got to show y'all to prove. And the thing that I love about his response is this. There's a whole new level of cocky and arrogance to it. But what he was trying to point out is yeah, keep sleeping on us. I don't even want y'all to talk about us. I want the players in my locker room to understand that y'all are insignificant to the eyes of the media. And that brings me to my question. How much of a role do you guys think the Lions being ignored by the media, by mainstream, by locals, by fans, how much of that do you think is going to play into the motivation for the Lions to do what many think they cannot do? We're going to start off with you, Mr. Derrick P. Fields.
Yep.
What in the world? Did Derrick go take a potty break or something? Didn't tell nobody what happened.
Potty break.
We're gonna move it over to Travis. You got it, man.
Yep.
How much do you think it's going to play into?
Somebody said
I think it's going to play a factor, but I don't think it's going to be the factor. Like, I mean, obviously they got to prove it to themselves. Like, hey, last year was last year. Let's shake that off and let's go out and play in 2019. But I do think that in the back of their head and in their locker room, they're gonna have some reminders. Like, you remember when they said, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna be able to do that. I think they're gonna get reminded, but on the playing field, they're gonna prove it to themselves. So, as far as their play.
Mr. CA3 Sports Talk, Carl Alexander in the building. What's good, man?
Shout out to Carl.
What's good, Carl?
What up, though?
CA is in the building.
CA.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bigger factor than you think.
Yeah,
there's nothing worse than being ignored. I like to come up with these analogies that people can kind of understand. It's like you feeling like you a 6 or you a 10 and you get a 20. Like average me.
What's good, y'all?
Like average me and you to get Holly Berry.
What's
be
good?
Like, or Janet Jackson. So to me, I think it's going to play a huge role in it. And just on a quick side note, because I know there's going to be a video soon. There was this article on Free Speech that says that the Pistons were not shocked that Beeline left Michigan, and the reason they say that is because they said that they were actually trying to hire him. Shocking. They got some food for that center court right there, people.
I mean, well, guys, if you check out my last video I posted, it's on the Michigan and John Beeline, and I definitely echoed these sentiments as how he didn't come to the Pistons and decided to betray us by going to Ohio, but it's all good.
Yeah,
right.
Hey, we still get to beat them up 4 times a year.
And did we give our respect to Gunther Cunningham? Did we give our respect to him?
Yes, man.
I don't think
Rest
so.
in peace to Gunther Cunningham, man.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He passed away at the age of 72. I believe it was Saturday after a long battle with cancer, and cancer still lost because that was one tough dude. And to anybody who dare come in this chat and try to disrespect Gunther Cunningham, I'll simply just go and tell you: look at the Detroit Lions history under his coaching. That was the best defense in Lions history that he put together with Jim Ford. So much respect to the Gunther Cunningham family. And I think that he was somebody that truly brought something to the game that many of us Lions fans want, and that was that attitude and that demand for respect. So just wanted to put that out there. Just wanted to put that out there. But Tia, you got it, man. Go ahead, man. My bad, man. I just wanted to put that out there.
So fellas, what is the expectations for the offensive coordinator? What are you expecting him to basically to bring to the table to Detroit? Because we know how we wanted Jim Bob Cooter out of here, and I know that name is. I had to say it. I'm sorry.
I'll yell at you. I had to catch myself. I said, "What did he just say?" Like you call me a derogatory term. I'm like, "What's wrong with you?"
What do you call him? KFC? They call him KFC.
Yeah, KFC.
Call him anything.
What about AJ McCarron for the backup?
I was thinking about him.
Yeah, I thought about him.
I would see if he can beat out Connor Cook. I'll take it.
I would too.
I may take that deal.
Just quickly, so we can answer TA's question. Just to quickly, my response to AJ McCarron for backup. No. Back to that other question though, TA.
No. Luke, hold on. Why you say no, Luke?
I think Luke want to be the backup,
Let me
man.
tell you something.
Luke, you go up in there.
It does not make sense to bring in AJ McCarron. He has been given shots to be a starter. He has came in and did his good job filling it out, but he's going to require a premium pay. Who's for the premium pay for this guy to be a backup? I'm not doing that.
I mean, but how do you know we will have the premium pay, man?
Is Odoo still with Green Bay?
We get paid now.
Yeah.
Is Odoo still with Green Bay?
Who you talking about? No, man.
I don't want no Brett Hundley, dog. Stop it.
No, Kaiser.
Kaiser is the backup.
Kaiser's the backup, and there's no reason that Kaiser's going to be released or traded to the Pistons, to the Lions in the division. I just don't see it, and I wouldn't want.
I thought he might have got released or something. That's why.
Nah.
Yeah, but hold on. Back to TA question.
Nomis, I had you doing good. Don't make me look bad, Nomis. Don't do that.
No, TA, man. Back to what you said with Daryl Bevel. The way I see it is, see me week 6. Because I can have all of these, expectations saying you need to do this. We need to have balance. You need to use the tight end set. I need you to protect Stafford. I need you to scheme up the right type of run scheme. I can say all of that, but I need to see it. Especially when it comes to offensive coordinator. I need to see it on the field the first 6 games for me to evaluate what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like I need to see that whole body of work. But obviously, I expect balance for us to do the things that I just said. I expect that, but really, I have to see how you going.
I feel what you said.
Yeah, I have to see how you going to use our offense. I have to actually see it against during the season, like first 6 weeks, and then after I'll be able to make a good assessment at least off of those first 6 games of what I think. Yeah,
I feel that. Yeah, because if he don't get the job done, he gonna be on the hot seat quick.
Yeah.
We
Curtis
love
Foster,
putting people on the hot seat.
We're gonna get to it. We see your question. I acknowledge I see your question, Curtis Foster.
Curtis,
what I expect,
Foster, is he new?
I think he is new. I don't remember his name, but we have 76 likes, 60 people in the chat. I appreciate y'all showing so much love.
Let's keep it going. Voice. He is hilarious.
If you have, if you have not, if you have not. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We got to get into that too. If you have not hit that like button, please do.
What's up, Ed?
Ed White.
Shout out to Ed. He's dropping that paper.
Shout out to Ed.
He's dropping that paper.
Let me answer this really quick. I'll put it this way. I expect for Darrell Bevel's offense to keep the Lions defense off the field. That's what I want to see. I want to see us having long, sustained drives. I'm talking about slow burn drives, 9, 10, 11 plays, and scoring, not no field goals. That's what I want to see. And if we get that, I'm okay.
Slow, melodic.
Hey, Luke, that's key. That's key. Hey, Luke, I want to say something. Right quick, guys. That's key that you just said that. I just noticed what you said. you don't want to kick a lot of field goals, and that's something that has been definitely a problem with us. We get down to the red zone, and we're always kicking field goals.
Yep.
Score a touchdown. I'm tired of these field goals, man.
Yeah.
Score.
If the Lions got to step up their red zone. There's no doubt. You know, they like if they don't score in the red zone, they're not going to be 12-4. No double-digit wins. You can't get down on the 7 and be kicking field goals. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the odds are low that they come off 12-4. They have to grab teams by the throat. You can't do that kicking when you should have 28 points, but you got 12 instead.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Or I should say
12
points. So
the Lions have had top offenses in the red zone, top 10, and we still the record is
last year they did.
Yeah, but
last year, 2017, we were 7th in offense. We had a good red zone offense. 2018, it didn't work out that way.
Now to quickly answer Ed Whiting's question, he said, "Will the Lions break the bank for sacks?"
Got any feedback?
No, they're not.
No.
In my opinion, they're not. Snacks is looking to get that one big payday, and I don't think they're going to break the bank, but I think they're going to give him a comparable payday if he can still provide the same thing this season for maybe a 1 or 2 year contract. But I don't see them breaking the bank for him personally because it doesn't make sense financially. Bob Quinn has been spending a lot of time building up that cap so he can make moves when need be. So I do not see them breaking the bank.
Yeah, so just in case just in case they can't sign Snacks back, they'll be able to have a guy like PJ Johnson.
So as far as the Derrick Bevel question y'all had, what I was gonna say is like I agree with everybody's point, specifically between Luke and J-Mo. Well, everybody evenly, but the reason why I say Luke and J-Mo is because when I look at it like this, I want to see if you think about it. They got a guy who is good at making transition and making those adjustments that matches what Patricia and our defensive coordinator is doing as well. And to me, I think I want to see step by the way, each way they move through each part of the season. Like every 3-4 games, how do they progress? I think that's how I ultimately judge him. And I feel like what that is, how consistent are y'all at calling the right plays to run? How consistent are y'all in using y'all tight ends if it's working? Are y'all going to continue to do what's working, or are you going to make unnecessary changes? And as far as the other one with the whole emotional that could have on the players in the locker room that y'all was talking about earlier, I think that falls into play. I think that comes when it gets in that hard crunching time and if we're going to make the playoffs or not, and transition into the playoffs. We'll know if they are affected and angry and want to, make their name and say they're tired of it when they get near the playoffs, when it's time to take the division, when it's time to win a playoff game. I think that's the best way to top it off. You can always make the playoffs, but can you make that step further? Or do y'all want it that bad? How badly do you want it? I think it comes down to that.
Yeah, I mean, they need to make sure that they're making adjustments. It just is what it is. People need to be held accountable this year. Period. Point blank. You come out.
Yeah, Blue, I want to say something about what Nomis just said. That's why Bob Quinn has been taking 4 years to build this roster, but that's why you said, how much do you want it? And that just had me thinking of the kind of guys we bring in on this roster, all of these blue chippers, all of these guys that are very serious and focused type of guys, and that they want to be better, they want to succeed, and more importantly, they want to win. It's not going to be no more Stafford going into the playoffs and he the only person out there, you see. Right. Because that's how it's been the last 3 playoff games. It's been Stafford. The defense showed up for one half of one game that we're not going to talk about. And, flags and stuff like that. And the last playoff game, Stafford came and showed up. Defense wasn't there. And those are just those guys, the same old Lions kind of guys. And we got rid of those guys. We replaced them with blue chippers like, Jared Davis and your TJ Hawkinsons and guys like that. So I definitely do think when we get to the playoffs that they'll definitely turn it up.
And that's not just on the players. The coaches have to be held accountable, not just the OC and the DC. Everybody that's a coach on that team got to be held accountable for their part of the position of the team. If you got the D-backs coach, make sure y'all are doing y'all coverages right. Make sure y'all got an opportunity to make a play on the ball. Don't do nothing stupid like grab a face mask that's obvious. Be disciplined.
Yeah, that's true.
That shows if you
I agree with that, Nomis.
I agree too.
Nomis giving me that faith back. He giving me that faith. You look, that's what I'm talking about, Nomis. Don't have me looking bad, brother. Don't have me. Okay? Don't have me.
Don't do it to me, no.
Yeah, don't do me like that, no. Don't do that. I mean,
like I said, week 6.
Again, Travis, you still with us, brother?
Yo, I'm still with you.
All right, because I feel like Travis over there doing some type of research, and I can feel him. What you over there reading, Travis? What you over there reading? Talk to me now. What you reading?
Well, I'm not reading nothing. I'm just keeping up with the talks and the chats. But as far as Darrell Bevell, like I do expect big things from him. I call him the chameleon because whatever our opponents bring to us, he's gonna adapt. And that's the one, and that's the one thing that KFC never did. He always, every time that something was working, all of a sudden, boom, he doesn't want to run it anymore. It's like, what are you doing? It was working. And then we turn around and lose by 3. It's like, really, if we would have did,
man, KFC was throwing the ball to LeGarrette Blount out the backfield. That's all I gotta say.
Listen, man, here's the thing. It's so funny, right? Because I remember when we got LeGarrette Blount, right? And the first thing I said was, and I wasn't even on YouTube, but the first thing I said was, of all the times you're gonna pick up a slow player, you choose this time. This is the time you do. And then the first thing I noticed immediately after he got the first run, where he was one-on-one with the safety, I said, you tried to juke him? What are you trying to prolong your career? It's over. What are you doing? What you do best to run through him? Could you imagine Jerome Bettis trying to juke you at the end of his career?
Man, CJ would have ran through his helmet, dog. Come on.
No. He was trying to people. And what made me mad was as I'm watching him run the ball, he would have a game where he had like 47 carries for 89 yards, and then people would be like, he did good. Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Are we giving our participation award?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that Bears game. He had like 23 carries and only had like 90 yards.
Right.
Curtis,
that ain't cool.
Says, hey, I wish Ezekiel answered the best, laughing out loud, but if he stays healthy and play good this full year, will make me think he wanted out. Well, here's the thing. He's going to do that. It's a 1-year deal for like $5.5 million. He's got to earn his play.
He got to play.
So all of a sudden now what you're going to see is he's going to now be able to play through injury. Shocking, right? So you're going to see him doing a lot of things that he wouldn't do with the Lions. And that's because he was on a 1-year deal and he wanted a longer contract. But I'm glad they got rid of him because he was not the same once Sue left. Once Sue left, it was just like, okay, all right. So Jay Third says Blunt looked like Twinkle Toes Flintstones out here. No, he didn't. No. Definitely looked like he didn't know what to do with his feet.
Look like the most notable thing LeGarrette Blount did was knock that San Francisco Niner down, and when he got ejected, that's the most notable thing he could have done.
I want to take a moment. It's 3rd and 1. You hear me? It's 3rd and 1. If this is Marshawn Lynch, if this is Adrian Peterson, if this is Todd Gurley, it's 3rd and 1. They get the ball. Why is it 3rd and 1 to get a ball to LeGarrette Blount? He getting stuff in the backfield, or he gets to the line of scrimmage. Or my favorite, they call a wide receiver screen because they know he's not gonna get the one.
Oh, dude, this is why I was going at KFC all through the year because I kept saying like during the season, I'm like Kerryon can get a yard. I'm like, no, Kerryon is a 3-down man. He's a real deal. He can get a yard. I'm like, he can do that. You don't need to have LeGarrette Blount out there. I'm like, Kerryon can, he can get on the goal line.
Kerryon did a somersault in the Bears game to get us.
Like, come on, bro! Like, this dude a different type of player.
Oh man,
listen, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know when I realized Kerryon wasn't playing. Was like, listen, LeGarrette, you taking too many of my carries. They were playing the Dallas Cowboys, and Jeff Heath came up to try to tackle, and I swear, I bet money Jeff Heath smelled blood in his helmet. I tell you, because I know when I got hit like that. I smell blood in I was like, nope, that's a membrane. It's white blood. All day. I guarantee you, Jeff Heath on that, when he trucked him at that goal line, and I'm thinking to myself, why can't LeGarrette Blount do this? Jeff Heath, when he got truck, if you watch that, go back and watch that. When Jeff Heath got truck, you can see him literally start thinking about being like a tech player.
He was on the ground, knocked out like a boxer that just got shot. They got knocked out. He like, wait, I'm on the ground. He's like, what happened?
You know, and the crazy part about it is, when they would try to throw him the ball on the screen, it was the most uncomfortable thing to watch. It was like watching a transformer transform in slow motion. Like, you know, when they do it fast, it looks amazing. It's like, oh my God, it's finna go down. All these parts moving, but you slow it down. It's like, all right, any moment now, any moment. Watching him set up a screen was so frustrating for me because it was like, are y'all trying to? It was like watching like a music video that you know that you can only watch on acid, you know, because it was like, oh. And I was just thinking, like, why do y'all keep trying with this guy? He's not who you think he is. I mean, he didn't even carry the Eagles. How I know? They went out and traded for another running back. They knew he couldn't do it.
Man, he had Zach Zenner out here putting him to shame.
Right, even on the Buccaneers, man, he had one season with 1,000 yards on the Buccaneers, and that was because
Curtis Foster brought up the Kiko Alonso hit.
Oh yeah, RIP to Kiko Alonso. His career done, bro.
Man, but listen,
man, it was like Eminem on what you call, bro. Like it was a rap.
Yeah, man. What he did to Kiko, bro.
But listen. When he hit Kiko literally sat there and said to himself, "I want to play football again. Do I just want to do it?" When you see a dude get done like that, and then they get up slow and look at the person backwards, like where's the license plate at for you to get this dude arrested? You know it's that.
Kerryon, Anquan Bolden for real.
He hit Kiko when he did Kiko Alonso. Kiko Alonso went from Kiko Alonso to RuPaul. He didn't know what he was. I'm just pushing up. The whole thing that y'all not gonna do is make me look bad out here, you know.
Right.
And it's crazy to see it, man. And then, you know, and listen, Ramon Duwe, he makes a point that's still from his nasty because he timed it so perfect. That's the worst thing, hit that close to a person and they just jam the crap out of you in your face. You know, like it's terrible. And I think too often,
right, you trying to reach for him, you trying to grab him. He hit you right in your face,
bro. I was watching this one game with Ray Lewis and Eddie George. And Eddie George was trying everything in his power to run over Ray Lewis, right? And then one time that he got Ray Lewis, Ray Lewis was coming off the side, right? And it was. And I remember the next game they played, Ray Lewis came up and when he popped with something fierce. And the first thing I remember thinking is these are the kind of battles that define a team and set tone. The Detroit Lions this year are going to have a lot of games that's going to be set with a tone from one single player, and it's going to start with Kerryon Johnson. Yeah, hands down. Yeah, you know. So that's one of the things you got to look at and understand. And it's going to make sense. Now, Buffalo says we need McCoy to get cut from Buffalo. You talking about LaShawn McCoy? Shady? Are you talking about?
Yeah, he's talking about LaShawn, I think.
Yeah. So
he's kind of old and get hurt a lot.
But I'm starting to wonder, man, what is going on, man? You know, what are these AARP guys you keep introducing? Can we get somebody in here who got a student ID? I mean, seriously, anybody with a student ID that you can tell us about? Did you just say, why would they bring in LaShawn McCoy? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. Why? You know, I just don't. I didn't. You know. Now Curtis Foster says, "Man, I need y'all."
Hey, Curtis, you see Curtis Foster?
For every
shut up.
Yeah, we do it every Tuesday and Thursday, and it rotates between the different channels. Like, it generally will rotate from like me, which is the Field Review, to Sports Entertainment, to the Gridiron Blitz. The problem is I'm on timeout, so I can't stream. So I think on Thursday we'll be on the Gridiron Blitz channel, and it's at 8:00 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, we come on here.
Make sure
you
subscribe to us, man, for real.
And make sure you subscribe to all of us and all the DSA members, because a lot of us, we got Risky Sports Talk, we got Micro Mike, we got Traxel Sports Talk, we got CA3 Sports Talk, we got 313 JMO, we got Detroit Drew, we got, who am I forgetting? It's all these different names, man. Let's see, because it's growing, it's getting so big. I'm starting to lose track of the name. I got to write stuff down. Man. I'm getting old.
Micro Mike.
I said Micro
Risky
Mike.
Football Talk.
I said risky.
Okay.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I said risky. I'm trying to think. Now,
it's the four of us.
He said McCoy is still good, so has a breakaway speed, which Kerryon or CJ don't have. What games were you watching that you didn't see Kerryon with breakaway speed? He got breakaway speed. He don't get long stride, continue down to get away from you speed. But he's had two of the longest runs last year. And it's that initial burst that throw people.
Whiting.
Man, listen, Ed White. Man,
I see you, baby.
I see you out here.
Shout out! I got this. I'm a resident of the Stafford fan club. Is Stafford the most? Is this the most complete team since getting Stafford?
We'll see.
I feel like it, man. On paper,
on
paper, this team is loaded. I've been saying it all year. That's why I'm very confident we're gonna be 12-4, win the division. Because, like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. When the Stafford had an elite player at every position. You know, we got like Ragnow and Taylor Decker, but we got Kerryon and we got Kenny Golladay. So we got the number one receiver and we got the number one running back. And then we got Trey Flowers. And then we got the number one cornerback, which is a key pillar to a team. And then we have linebackers. And then we got Quandre Diggs at safety. So, and then we got the coaching. That's the main thing. It's the coaching that we have now. So I definitely on paper, man, on paper. And then we got TJ Hawkinson and Jesse James. It's a lot of weapons on this.
I mean, it's funny he said that because I actually just completed the video today. I just got to do the last little finishing touches, and I'm going to drop it out to see if that's true. And we're gonna do some serious comparisons. So FYI, I got a video coming discussing that same exact thing, Ed White. But I'm pretty sure that if now that I'll put it out there, it could be done before then by somebody.
So stay tuned for that video from another channel.
Hey, Luke, it's gonna be done within the next hour, baby.
I definitely
everything we talk about this show. Expect somebody to drop a video about the Lions.
It'll be done in the next hour because you got to go to sleep. So it'll be done tomorrow.
Buff says I saw Kerryon get caught so many times that should have been touchdowns. What would you watch?
You saw him get called one time. Stop lying.
No, he's right. He's right. Yeah. But the thing is, he has to understand the difference in when he says breakaway speed. Breakaway speed does not mean sustained speed. That's two different things. Sustained speed is when you take off and once you gone. There ain't no catching you. You just fast.
Like Jamal Agnew or Tyreek Hill.
You're not catching him. He's going. Yeah. He's got it building up his stamina. When I say breakaway speed, it has always been understood that breakaway speed is the distance from the time you get the ball that you can separate between the defenders as you run past them. He has that. And the thing that I don't think that you're looking at in terms of saying where he gets caught from behind, yes. But again, he had two of the longest runs last season. So I'm just saying, and the reason he got caught from behind because that's what he's been doing. But you got to look at how he created separation from those guys. You see guys running harder trying to catch him until he get down there. He can't sustain that speed, for the long haul. But for the most part, when he's out, he's out.
And to me, if he would have changed his direction a little bit on that Miami game, he would have actually got to the end zone. If he
but he got caught by a Pro Bowl safety.
Right. And
he was all pro. And I just want to say that, like, it's things like this that Kerryon always says he has such a big chip on his shoulder because they said that he's not the fastest and he's not this and he's not that. He gonna show you better than we can tell you. Don't worry.
And it's funny because people always say this, but they forget that Barry Sanders wasn't like the fast. He had the same thing Kerryon Johnson had, which is burst. When that first burst happened, his agility was stupid. He was an Allen Iverson of football before Allen Iverson was in basketball.
Michael Vick of football.
His juking was his cut and change of direction and burst off of those moves is what it is, and that's what I mean by that change of speed and that burst. But for me, he said, "Look, Daryl said, don't tell me people are stealing your videos, man. Listen, there's
people out here stealing videos.
That ain't him, Daryl."
Listen, no, it happened to me before, but it just the thing is this. The truth is,
but that ain't who you talking about.
No, I'm saying, but the truth is this. In this thing called YouTube, there's no such thing as an original idea. You know what I mean? There's no original idea. The problem is you have people who try to do things and do them in a certain way. And so to me, you know, I expect for people to do things, but my point has always been just give credit. That's all it is. Just give credit, because when you give credit, I can at least respect what you do, and that's why we have all these rules on YouTube that we can't and cannot do certain things, because people just don't want to give credit. They want other people to do all the work, but yet they don't want to give no credit. So that's why, you know,
cite your sources.
Yeah, you got to cite them sources, and you know, and give. Plus, it lets people know where you're getting this from.
All right, but here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. We talking about this gentleman and the people that watch.
I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm talking in general. And the reason I'm talking in general is because I want it to be known that we as influencers, because that's exactly what we are. We need to be better in citing our work and giving credit to those who put the time and the work in, and where you get this stuff from. And it's just that simple. It really is. Like, no idea.
Luke, as far as the, go ahead, man.
No idea is ever going to be original. It's a matter of being able to say, did I give them credit? That's all.
Okay. All right, if you say so.
I mean, think about it. You do a research paper, you gotta cite all your sources, because they know you didn't go out and do that research for real. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. If your subscribers don't require anything more from you, why would you?
Yeah, that's
why
true.
would you? I would be doing the same thing. True. They don't require. Manti Te'o signs a contract with the Detroit Lions. Where was that at? That was nowhere.
Again,
right? Okay, Travis Fulgham is the next Kenny Galladay. Where did you get that from?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I understand you, Luke, and what you're trying to do.
I believe that every situation is a lesson that can be taught for the masses. I don't need to, try to point.
No, I know what you're saying.
I know general, because, like I said, there are certain things that we need to do as the masses, and the first thing we need to do is cite our work. Period. Point blank. We need to start doing that, and that gives validity to you, the researcher, and that gives validity to your work, and that's what people respect. And
I've been citing my sources for a while on my channel. I got the receipt.
Every source.
You can go look at the old videos. I have receipts to prove everything.
Yes, Rich. Yes, Rich. Right. Yes, and out of respect for TA's channel, we're not talking about.
Pierre said we can sweep the Vikings, Packers, and split with the Bears, but we went in on Thanksgiving. I actually got us maybe sweeping the Bears and splitting with the Vikings, but we'll see.
Okay, I'm gonna point this out to you, people. Okay, I'm gonna point this out to you. The division is won by being able to do things that the other people in the division can't do. And one of the things that the Lions should be able to do that the people in the division can't stop is come out in big sack packages that creates mismatches for the linebackers in the secondary. No other team in that division can do that. The Packers can't do it. The Vikings can't do it. The Bears can't do it. You look at this as a whole, and you will notice that the Lions have an opportunity to create multitudes of mismatches that nobody else can duplicate, and that's where the focus should be. So when people are trying to figure out if we can sweep this team or beat this team, as long as they come out and they execute, and they're keeping it balanced, so that way you have to respect the run game, we should be able to sweep the entire division.
Yeah,
because
I got a video on why the Lions are going to win the division, and I talk about those specific matchups and the advantages that we have. We have a lot of advantages, and that's what Bob Quinn has been trying to build these last few years. So I definitely think, we could win 5 games or more in the division.
And truthfully, I'm telling you right now, if the Lions don't do well, y'all really need to tune in, because Luke got some takes. He's gonna tell you the truth.
Oh, J-Mo going crazy.
Yeah, I don't need J-Mo to have no more videos. J-Mo, and when J-Mo and Man Beast go on their rants, you just be looking with your mouth open like, bro, okay, no, like they need to let you know how they feel and get it out. And if they don't, you feel like they're gonna do something like really bad. They just be sitting there like, let me get this out. I'm good. But the Lions, in my opinion, I think would be a very good team that many people don't see. Peace out, Andrew. I see it. And as far as the NFC North, he said we have the top coordinators, in my opinion. And again, these are some other things that Luke is going to be exploring, because you have to be able to look at everything in its entirety to determine what you're going to get from these teams. And I think too often we forget this, and this is why you look up and you see people doubting us because they can't see the plan, they can't see the scheme, they can't see what's happening here, and all they want to do is make sure that they're not the ones caught in the crossfire for saying that the Lions are going to do something. So it's unfortunate.
Okay, top tier. Yeah, top tier. I like what he said. He said, as long as we play to our identity and stick to running, even when it don't work, we'll be just fine. I like that.
I mean, that's the key.
I love that. Even when it don't work. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that.
The thing
even when we lose a game because we want to keep running the football, it don't matter. We got to build a culture, a mentality.
Yeah,
right. And plus Gridiron is the young guy anyway.
Now listen. Nomis, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, because I didn't want you. If y'all go to sleep, I'm gonna talk about you. I'm just gonna let you know right now. Travis, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're just making sure, man. Just making sure. Listen, man. Listen, I got this thing, man, because one of the things that I look at in terms of all the people on YouTube who come on, we talk about the Detroit Lions, and we come out with these interesting takes. I always look at the people who come in and bring fresh views and ideas to it. And when you look at the Detroit Lions, this for you, Travis. When you look at the Detroit Lions, let me ask you this honest question that I'm dead serious about. What is the one thing you think is their biggest weakness right now going into the season?
Wow.
I do them curveballs.
Weakness.
Their biggest weakness. And nobody better be over there thinking, because it's coming to you too, and it's gonna come to everybody else, because there is some weaknesses in this team, and I've identified what those weaknesses are.
Okay.
I mean, outside of is there enough depth at wide receiver? That's really about it. But outside of that, I don't really see on paper a real weakness.
Okay. All right. Nomis, what about you? What's the Detroit Lions' biggest weakness?
My Detroit Lions' biggest weakness, I'm gonna try to separate it on paper. It is kind of hard, but if I had to take a gamble on one of these in particular weaknesses, I'm gonna say, oh man, this is hard when I'm juggling between. I still say in that secondary. Why? It is because we still don't know, for one, who's going to be that number 2 guy. People have to understand that position is very hard to fill sometimes, because you need somebody who's going to be able to at least play almost consistently as your number 1. And we have for years failed to. We barely had a number 1 for a while until Slade developed into what he was. And we got young guys competing right there, and then you got a veteran it's basically his job to lose. Mm-hmm. So you have to hope and pray that one of these 2 young players, which is Tease or Amani, could actually step it up, like we were saying earlier. Hey, maybe this guy, Rashawn may start the year off, but these guys will gradually get better, and then so on. And then I'm still looking to see how that outside linebacker is going to look too. Yeah, that's a weakness I'm still noticing there. I still got to see that, and even where Deshaun Hand is at, I don't know if we got another guy behind him. Do we? In particular, that does replace his exact position.
Ashawn Robinson, not necessarily behind him, but you got.
With a guy,
where he
it's going to be Austin Bryant. It's going to be Austin Bryant who's going to do it. So that's why.
Okay, well that's it. But I'm looking at that outside linebacker in that number 2 corner. I know we got some UDFAs. One Trey Lamar, who I really like, who could possibly fight for that position. But if is it going to be enough? Even if he wins, is he going to be enough? I have to notice. Those are 2 roles I see.
All right, TA, what do you think is that biggest weakness going into this season? I mean, obviously it's all on paper because we don't see the games yet. But what do you think that biggest weakness is?
The biggest weakness that I see is going to be the offensive line.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because we still not solidified at the right guard position, knowing who's going to be that starter. We lost TJ Lang, and wish him all well in his future endeavors and what he's doing. But we still got to figure out who's going to take that spot over here, whether it's going to be Crosby, is it going to be, you know what I'm saying, is it going to be the Benoit guy, is it going to be Pope? Who's going to come in and who's going to rotate or whatever they're going to do to make sure that Matthew Stafford has that wall of protection that he needs to be efficient. Like I said before, man, if Matthew Stafford has the right protection, this dude going to be money, man. He's going to be money, and he's going to look really, really good out there. And I think because previous years, Matthew has not had the offensive line. He's getting sacked, 17 times. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks in a row, one week, 10 sacks. The next week, 7 sacks. So, you know what I'm saying? That right there, we can't tolerate that this season. We can't get our quarterback crushed and killed out there like that because we don't really know what we got coming in behind him. So I definitely think that the offensive line is going to be vital. It's going to be crucial. And we got to make sure that we know who our guy is. Even if somebody gets hurt, who's going to rotate in and still be able to play at a high level.
All right, J-Mo, what's your take on it? The biggest weakness?
I mean, I feel like if I was an opposing team attacking it, I feel like it's a few places. First of all, what Noble was saying about the offensive line, well, we have a weak link on the offensive line besides filling the right guard position. That's Graham Glasgow. I've never been a fan of Graham Glasgow. I wanted him gone a couple of years ago, but all in all, he's always been a weak link on the offensive line. And, I don't want him being the starting center. I would rather it be Ragnow, and maybe we find somebody else for left guard and right guard. But one thing about that I know hasn't necessarily been fixed, and we're going to have to see, and I think it's another reason why they got Jelani Jabbar. Our linebackers are not good in space when it comes to covering. When it comes to tackling, but when it comes to covering in space, covering tight ends in space, covering certain wide receivers like in space, they're not that good, and they definitely need to get better. And I know a lot of people have faith in our safety core, but this is the first year in a long time, even though Glover Quinn clearly was not playing up to par, but this the first year without Glover Quinn to anchor that, and now you got a young Tracy Walker. Quandre Diggs has been consistent for the most part, but now it's just them, and then you got a bunch of other guys that I know they'll put in, so I think they'll be solid. But I definitely think covering in space and protecting Stafford are just things that needs to be shored up, and we got to make sure that our special teams unit is on point. Because it was so up and down last year. Our special teams unit, besides offense, was the second worst unit on the team. It was a time where it was the worst unit on the team. Yeah. So we have to fix that special teams unit.
I mean, J-Mo, when I asked that question, I wasn't expecting you to give us the whole video, brother. I mean, what in the world?
I had to give us the whole video. We're filming videos out here.
I wasn't ready for it. I'm just saying, I'm messing with you. But no, I mean, first of all, let me just put this out here. We got 77 thumbs up. Can we get to 80? That's just 3 more thumbs up.
Let's get the likes up, people. We appreciate y'all, man.
Let's get the likes up. 3 more. Here's my thing. I think the biggest weakness for me, as I look at it, is coaching consistency. I think a lot of the games that they lost was because of poor coaching decisions and coaching consistency. You have to be able to have coaching consistency to win any game. You can't come out one game and just decide that if they go for 2, we going for 2. If they don't run the ball, we're not running the ball. You have to have a consistency there. I think that's going to be the biggest weakness for me, because right now we know who the players are, we know who the talent is, but where is the coaching consistency going to come from? Is it coming from the offensive coordinator? And if it's not, then now we got to look at the head coach again, because this is the guy you brought in. So you have to be able to have coaching consistency for me. I'm not worried about the other positions in per se. I know Top Tier said Bo Benshaw was a free undrafted for a reason. No, it wasn't. It wasn't no reason. The only reason he was undrafted was because there were so many juniors in this draft. And to prove that, he had over 20-some offers. So, the market was there for him, but a lot of people knew that because of the number of people who came in, that it was going to, push a lot of people out. I mean, T.J. Edwards is a very good linebacker. He didn't get drafted. Khalil Hodge is a very good linebacker. He didn't get drafted. But for me,
Devin Ozigbo didn't get drafted.
So And I think he can be like the next Arian Foster, in my opinion, or better. But again, oh my God, we shout out to 81 people, man. Bravo, people.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we really do, man. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for all the support, guys.
Yep.
I see 82, guys.
You said 82? All right, yeah.
Yeah, we got 82 likes.
Yeah, mine's ain't updated yet. So
let's get them likes up, guys. We got 100 last week.
TA, the floor is yours. I may have to check out in a few because this has been a long week, and I'm dealing with a lot of crazy stuff.
We've been on for 2.5 hours.
We're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Also, definitely, man. I just want to say to y'all, we appreciate you guys in the chat room. Appreciate you guys for checking us out every Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know how we do it. You know how we get down. Definitely make sure you guys check out the Pistons Center Court with 313 JMO, Travis Troxel, Troxel Sports, CA3 Sports Talk, and also Detroit Drew. Make sure and they will be having a special guest on there tomorrow as well. So make sure you guys go out and support them guys, man, because they're part of DSA, and this is what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to bring that positive media on Detroit sports because we know that Detroit sports do not get that type of media, and they will not get that type of media. So we're the only ones that's trying to push that narrative of changing the culture and changing our attitudes and trying to be winners, man. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be winners, man. So we appreciate everybody. So any last words from the round table on tonight? And I'm gonna start with special guest Travis Troxel. You got anything to say, Trav?
Yeah, most definitely. Shout out to the 86 likes on this video. We definitely appreciate that, and definitely check out the Pistons Roundtable. I know we got a few hot topics tomorrow, and it should be a fun show. And I will say it'll be on my channel, so go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then we will all be keeping everybody posted on whose channel it will be. I do want to say I wish Detroit Drew well. I hope he starts feeling better, and I hope you guys have all a great night.
Yeah, definitely. Detroit Drew, get well soon, man. Special guest, our boy. You know what I'm saying? This is our cousin that's come on the show today. Nomis, what's up, Nomis? You got anything to say to the people?
I just really want to say, first off, again, get well, Drew, man. I really love the channel, so I wish him well. I want to say thank you to you brothers, man. Y'all, this is some of the most fun I had in a minute. I've been watching y'all show now, and all the last thing you've been hearing me doing now, I've been doing that watching y'all. It's been fun talking about sports, relaxing, man, getting to know y'all fellas, man. Of course, J-Mo, man, me and him gonna link up more in the future. Is y'all go see that happen. Thank you to everybody, man, for joining us in the comment section. I hope in the near future that we could do this one more again, and anytime again, if y'all will allow me. This is fun. This is what it should be about. If you want to watch something positive, please come here, like our channel, subscribe to them. You have to separate yourself from negativity. It's very poisoning. And if you allow anything to dictate your life in a negative way, you will find yourself sick. You will find yourself breaking stuff you spent money on, and you don't want to do that. So follow us if you want the real talk and you want to be positive. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate y'all.
Salute,
right, no problem, man.
Next up, the Gridiron Blitz, Derrick P. Fields. What's up, Derrick?
Man, what's going on, man?
These last words going too, bro.
Man, I
swear I thought he went to sleep. I'm like, that angel kicked in. He got woke up. What?
Yeah, look, man, dude, the Benadryl, man. I had a good time, man. Looking forward to Thursday. It was nice to talk football with y'all, even though I didn't do too much talking. I'm tired, man. It's just one of them days, one of them weeks.
Yeah, it's all good.
But I appreciate Travis and Nomis being on, man. Congratulations, Nomis, with the 200.
Congratulations, Nomis.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations to you, TA too, man, for the 1300.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, just look out for more. It's been tough, man, producing content, but same as usual, man. Look out for more. We're trying to put more quality over quantity. And if that, I don't know how often that'll happen as far as the videos dropping. I'm gonna try and get at least once a week for y'all.
Yeah.
But thanks for rocking with us, man. We look forward to Thursday, and y'all, my channel at 8:00. So thank you guys.
Also, we got 313 J-Mo. You got anything to say to the people, Jay?
Sure, man.
Now, J-Mo, no videos. Just give the people what they want.
You got to
give the people. I can't even do videos no more because people are always stealing your content, man.
Oh man,
y'all. I just want to say something to y'all. That everybody in the chat. I would like in your off time to just re-listen to everything we was talking about, all of the points we were highlighting, just in case you see some videos about these points that we've been highlighting because they're bound to drop. It's okay. But shout out to the Lions fans, man. I know y'all come here for the good unbiased media, and we know the media doesn't treat us right. Just like Gridiron Blitz said, they don't want us to win. We're not good for the NFL, but I definitely think we're building something. I hope y'all seen the interviews with some of the players. I ain't even saying names. With some of the players out there, the Lions are doing a lot of things, and I do want to say shout out to everybody in this group, man, and make sure you subscribe to CA3 Sports Talk. We trying to get him to 50 subs and then 100 subs. So make sure you subscribe to him and come through on the channel. Piston Center Court tomorrow. That's all I gotta say, man.
Yep. And last but not least, the field general himself, Mr. Luke G. You got anything to say to the people, Luke?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Hey guys, I'm gonna stop that, man. If y'all see me with a T-shirt that got that man in an '88 jersey, you know where it came from. I'm just telling you right now. But no, really,
hey, Luke, you already got your Hawkinson jersey.
You know what? Sure, y'all sub to CA3 Sports Talk. He said he got.
I tried to order the jersey, and they're not selling it just yet. I want the authentic. I don't want that replica stuff. I mean, it's cool, but I want the authentic. But no, I mean, listen. The truth is this, man. The truth is,
man, we only got replica money, man.
Man, hey, sometimes you got to go big or go home, So, but no, the truth is, we come on this platform to do this, to make sure that we can do it, and we want to be responsible with the platform that we have, and we want to make sure that we are allowing people opportunities to be heard and stuff like that. So I'm really proud of us, this group of guys, because we are able to come together and have intelligent conversations without all of the name calling or disrespectful stuff. And I think that's impressive. Now, aside from that, Luke G has a very demanding work schedule and kids on the way and all type of stuff. So that's why Luke has been a little slow with his videos, but he has some videos in the work to produce. And as always, man, Luke G always finish off his videos with the same message every time. Don't be no chump. Please do your research.
All right, y'all. We about to be out of here. I am TA of Noble Sports Entertainment. I'd like to thank you guys for rocking out with us on today. Don't miss the episode on Thursday. It is going to be on the Gridiron Blitz, Derrick P. Fields. Definitely, we appreciate everybody, and good morning, good evening, and good night.